Hello everyone, welcome to What If Deku Eri went to Disney Twisted Wonderland movie. Before we start, please go support Wixter12 for writing that awesome fanfic. Something is happening in the Heartslabyul dorm and it's causing Ace a lot of trouble. The housewarden is punishing disobedient students for even breaking one of the rules. Why is that? Is he really that strict or is it something else? A desperate heart. It was nighttime in the ramshackle dorm. Izuku, Eri, and Grim were sleeping soundly. Despite the terrible condition the beds were in, they made do with what they had. Izuku developed a bit of a bad sleeping habit since his time as a vigilante, and he hardly ever sleeps for long periods of time. He got out of bed and went to the mirror to see how badly he slept. Izuku, mind. Sigh, at this rate I'll look more and more like Mr. Izawa. Suddenly he saw a flash of light in the mirror and he found himself in a rose garden. Izuku, mind. What was that? Some sort of strange dream, or was it a vision? I'm going to go with the latter. Izuku was surprised to hear the voice, but then he realized who it was. It was Nana Shimura, Almight's predecessor. Izuku, mind. Nana, it's so good to hear your voice again. She's not alone, ninth. Izuku, mind. Everyone, you're here. Yoichi. Sorry we couldn't contact you, ninth. When you went through the portal it severed your connection to the vestige world, luckily it is now restored. Izuku, mind. I'm glad you're all okay. N. We saw everything that happened and we're proud of how far you've come. Banjo. You've surprised us all. Izuku, mind. Thanks guys, I hope whatever happens we'll get through it together. Bruce. See you around, ninth. Izuku then heard knocking which also woke up Grim, luckily Eri was still asleep. Grim. Hey Izuku, I know it's the middle of the night, but I think we've got a visitor. Maybe it's those pesky ghosts again. They just don't know when to quit. Izuku and Grim goes downstairs to the entry hall. Izuku. Who would be up at this hour? Izuku opens the door. Izuku. Who is it? Ace. It's me, Ace. Just let me in, alright. Grim. Ace. It's the middle of the night. Beep wah. That collar. Ace. I can't go back to Heartslabyul house. I'm joining your dorm. For good. Grim. Maya. Come again. Izuku. Well, come in and tell us what happened. Oh, Eri's still asleep, so try to keep your voice down. Ace. Okay. A misappropriated tart. We returned to Ramshackle where Izuku guided Ace to the lounge. Izuku looked at the collar around his neck and remembered that it was the same one that red-haired boy used on Grim at the entrance ceremony. Grim. I'd recognize that collar anywhere. It's the same one that psycho stuck on me at orientation. What did you do to get shackled with that? Ace. I ate a tart. Izuku. That's it. Ace. Yeah, that's it. That's all I did. I was a little hungry, see, so I went down to the dorm kitchen and found some tarts in the fridge. 3 whole tarts. Big ones, too. Flashback start. Heartslabyul dorm. Kitchen. Ace. Man, I'm still tired from our little adventure. I missed dinner, too, and now I'm starving. Got anything for me, fridge? Whoa, score. Tarts. Those look amazing. And plenty to go around, too. No one would notice if I snagged one teensy little slice, right? Right. Of course not. Ace starts eating one of the tarts. Ace. Munch MMPH, so good. I'm in pastry paradise right now. Brittle. Of course they're good. Trey made them. His tarts are always exceptional. Ace. Yeah, but I mean these are crazy good. Like, he could sell these at weight, housewarden. Brittle. That you would think to touch something of mine, well, I'm impressed with your audacity, at least. But the Queen of Hearts rule 89 is quite clear. Never eat a tart without the Queen's permission. The theft of tarts is a serious crime. Off with your head. Brittle points his pen at Ace, and a collar appears. Ace. Why Flashback end. Ace. And here I am. Grim. Izuku. Grim. So the point is you're both terrible. Ace. You don't think that it's insane for my magic to get sealed away for eating one slice of tart? For a mage, that's like having your arms and legs bound and shackled. And there were 3 whole tarts. 3. It's not like he could eat them all himself. Come on, you know this is messed up. Izuku. I guess it would be a bit extreme. Ace. Right. Grim. Yeah, but I mean, if there were 3 of them, they were probably for a party. Maybe it was someone's birthday or something. Look at that. I'm, like, a master detective too. Ace. A birthday party, huh? Izuku. That would be the best guess. Did you apologize? Ace. Man, I thought you'd be more sympathetic. I'm a victim of the housewarden's tyranny here. Izuku. He may have been a little extreme. Grim. But you stole food. That ain't cool. Izuku. If you apologize, I'm sure he'll forgive you. Grim. You don't go messin' with another man's meal. Hey, wait a minute. I just realized I never got those cans of tuna the Headmage promised me. Ace. Alright, fine. I get that I should apologize. But you're coming with me, Izuku. This was your idea, after all. Izuku. Fair enough, but Eri comes too. If we're going to another dorm we might need to know where we're going. Ace. Anyway, you got a place for me to crash tonight. Brim. You were serious about that. Outside of the bedroom me and Izuku use, this entire dump is buried under a foot of dust. So if you wanna crash, you better start cleaning. Ace. Dude, no way. I hate cleaning. Just let me stay with you, Izuku. I'm real slim. I won't take up much space. Izuku. I don't know, on one hand, I don't know your sleeping habits and you might wake me up on accident. Ace. Ah. Izuku. On the other hand, I would feel really guilty having you sleep here. Okay, you can stay in our room, but if you wake Eri up, you're sleeping on the sofa. Ace. Don't worry, I won't. It was now morning and Izuku went downstairs to make breakfast. Ace, Grim, and Eri decided to wait in the lounge for their breakfast. Suddenly they hear knocking on the door. Ace. Dude, who is pounding on the door at this hour? Blee. Every hit kicks up a dust storm. I'm coming, I'm coming. Ace heads to the foyer and opens the door, revealing the person to be none other than Spade. Deuce. I figured I'd find you here. Ace. Ugh. Deuce. So, you ate the housewarden's tart. You really are an idiot, Ace. Ace. Oh, shut up. Like you're one to talk. Anyway, is he still mad? Deuce. Not at all. Maybe a touch irritated, if anything. A few of our dorm mates overslept this morning, but only 3 of them got your treatment. Izuku, mind. Punishing people for oversleeping, now that's more than a little extreme. Ace. You call that not at all mad. Sounds like he's still on the rampage, to me. Izuku. Sigh. Hey Deuce, if you want you can eat breakfast with us. Deuce. Hey, are you sure? Izuku. Sure, I had a feeling someone from Ace's dorm would come over to look for him, so I made an extra plate of food. Deuce. Well, okay. They went over to the table and began to eat. Once Ace, Deuce, and Grim tasted Izuku's food, they felt like they were in heaven. Ace. Wow. This amazing. Deuce. Incredible. Grim. Unbelievable. Ace, Deuce and Grim. This is the best meal we've had. Eri. Papa's food is always the best. Izuku felt a little embarrassed. Izuku. Oh, you're just saying that. Ace. No, we're being honest, your food is wonderful. Grim. Where did you learn to cook like that? Izuku. My mom taught me when I was younger. Deuce. Well, she must be very proud of you. Izuku. Aw, thanks, guys. Once they finished eating they got dressed and arrived at Main Street. I might not have mentioned this, but since Ramshackle is an on-campus dorm, it would make sense that the crest would be the same as the school's crest. Grim. Move it. Out of the way. Night Raven college student coming through. Oh. Did my collar catch your eye? It is way better than the one you're stuck with. You know, the one that makes it so you can't use magic. But hey, the school could always use another janitor. Bwahaha. Izuku. I think he's suffered enough, Grim. Ace. Grrrrrr. Trust me Grim, when I get my magic back, your hide is first up on the chopping block. Deuce. Didn't the Heatmage just tell you yesterday, no more incidents? Regardless, you're not going to be able to participate in class if you can't use magic. So why not just apologize to the housewarden? It's a small price to pay for having the collar removed. Ace. Irg. I hate this so much. Grim. You know, we do still have some time to kill before class starts. And I am kinda curious about the other dorms. Guess I'll go along and scope out the place while you make with the groveling. Ace. Since when did this become a field trip? Izuku. It would be nice to see what the other dorms are like. Eri. I hope everyone there is nice. Izuku. I'm sure they are Eri. Garden decoration. The group arrived at the Hall of Mirrors and went to the mirror with the Heartslabyul crest over it. They approach the mirror and it teleports them away. Once they opened their eyes, Izuku, Eri, and Grim were amazed by the dorm. The dorm had a card-themed appearance and looked as big as a mansion. There was also a rose maze, a fountain in the center, and rose bushes in the shape of clubs, spades, diamonds, and most abundantly, hearts. Izuku, mind. Wow, we have a lot of work ahead of us if we're going to clean our dorm. Grim. Dang, this place is swank. This is nothing like our dumpster of a dorm. Izuku. Maybe after we're done with this, we can tidy up our dorm. They enter the rose maze to find someone painting a white rose bush red. Eri. Who's that, Papa? Izuku. I don't know, let's go over and talk to him. Oh yeah, I am getting my paint on. Grim. Ah, someone's here. They all gotta be red, or it's off with my head. Izuku. Whoa, deja vu. You guys need something. Ace. What are you doing there? Are you blind? I'm painting these roses red, duh. Deuce. What? Why? Izuku. I mean, wouldn't that kill the roses after a while? Ah ha ha. So naive, you put the N in noob. Hold the phone, I know you. You're the ones who broke a billion Thamark chandelier and nearly got expelled for it, yeah? Ace. That chandelier is gonna haunt us till the day we graduate, isn't it? And you. You're the one who ate the housewarden's tart that same night. You guys are the hot topic around campus. I've gotta get in on this fleeting fame. I'm just gonna grab a selfie real quick. The boy takes out a phone and takes a selfie with the group. It's cool if I post this on Magicom, right? Gimme your name so I can tag you. Deuce. I'm Disobedient. Ace. Ace. Grim. I'm Grim. Izuku. Izuku Midoriya. Eri. My name's Eri. Uploaded. Sweet. Oh, I'm Cater Diamond, by the way. I'm a junior here at Heartslabyul. But Cater is fine. Or KK if you're cray cray. So nice to meet ya. Cater is a fair-skinned young man with a height that is a bit taller than average. He has light orange mid-length hair and has the top portion of his hair and bangs pulled back into a short ponytail. A few stray strands of hair fall loosely at the sides of his face and the rest is tucked back behind his ears. His eyes are green and on his right cheek is a small red marking shaped like a diamond. He usually has a friendly smile on his face. Izuku also noticed some very small fangs when his mouth opened. Izuku. It's very nice to meet you. Cater. Ah, you're the prefect housewarden of that so-called ramshackle house dorm, right? Like, I can't believe you actually live there. It's all gloomy and looks like hot garbage on Magicom. No filter could salvage that dump. Grim. You know, you've done nothing but diss us here, pal. Cater. Gah, what am I doing? I don't have time to chat. The party's tomorrow. If we're not ready, it's off with my head. Hey, you kids wanna help me paint some roses? Ace. Yeah, why are you doing that exactly? Cater. Because red roses are so much more photogenic. Or something, and after that, I've gotta start getting things ready for the big croquet tournament. And that means coloring all the flamingos. Sigh. Grim. You're coloring flamingos now. Isn't anything the right color around here? Izuku, mind. If I remember correctly from Alice in Wonderland. 3 card guards planted white roses by mistake and the Queen of Hearts got mad at them for attempting to cover it up, but it seems that here it is permitted. As for coloring the flamingos, I remember that the queen used flamingos of different colors for croak with hedgehogs as the balls. Deuce. Now it's coming into focus, Ace. That tart you ate must have been for the housewarden's birthday. That explains his reaction. Cater. Oh, no, it's not Riddle's birthday. Ace. It's not. Then whose birthday is it? Izuku, mind. Oh, I get it. Cater. It isn't anyone's birthday. Tomorrow is our dorm's traditional unbirthday party. It's a special tea party we throw when no one has a birthday if the housewarden feels like it. Izuku, mind. Yup, it wouldn't be Wonderland without an unbirthday party. Ace. And why would you do that? Cater. Again with the questions. Listen, I need these roses to be red. Like, yesterday. Can't you guys help out with magic or something? Oh, but Ace is on magical house arrest and Izuku and Eri are total normies with strange powers, so you two better stick to paint and use what you've got. Deuce. Recolor the roses with magic. Grim. Can't say I've ever done this before. Cater. Relax, it'll be fine. You got this. But maybe do it before I lose my head. K thanks. The group starts to paint the roses with Cater's help. Izuku used Black Whip to help paint them, while Eri used Rewind to fix any mistakes the group made. As for the others, it was either going well or they were having a bit of trouble. Whenever Deuce tries using his magic to change the rose's color, they end up as a different color entirely. Ace was having the most trouble since he couldn't use his magic, but thankfully Izuku was there to help him. As for Grim, well he was either messing up the colors or accidentally setting the bush on fire. Student multiplication. The group was close to finishing their task, but some of them were still struggling. Deuce. Red bam. WHWO. It turned blue. Grim. Change, oh foul color. Change. AHA. Blah. The rose caught on fire. Izuku, mind. Well, at least we managed to get some of them done. Cater. Wow. You're even less competent than I thought. Ace. Yo, maybe you should just leave the roses white. They look perfectly pretty and stuff to me. Cater. It's a matter of tradition. You can't have an unbirthday party without the roses being red. And you can't play croquet without 7 colored flamingos as mallets and a hedgehog for a ball. Oh, but of course, the roses need to be white when the garden flowers put on their spring concert. That's absolutely crucial. Grim. All your rules are completely insane. Cater. They say the Queen of Hearts made up these rules herself, she was one of the great 7, you know. And Riddle is all about tradition. Probably more than previous housewardens, TPH. I'll admit that he's, well, a bit extra. Ace. Yeah, no kidding. I sure don't have time for this nonsense. Is Riddle here? I gotta talk to him. Hater. Yeah, probably. But are you sure that's wise? Did you even bring an apology tart to replace the one you ate? Izuku. Apology tart. Ace. No, I came here first thing in the morning. Hater. Ah, that could be a problem. Have you forgotten Rule 53? Stolen items must be replaced. If you're not in compliance, I can't let you in. Ace. Are you serious? Hater. All dorm residents must obey the rules. If I let you slide, it would be off with my head next. I hate to say it, Ace, but I'm gonna need you to leave before Riddle spots you. Thanks. Ace. I think this guy is for real. You guys, do something. Deuce. Why should we do anything? Ace. Come on, please. I can't use magic. Hurry, he's. Hater took out his pen and started attacking them. Izuku moved Eri to a safe distance so she wouldn't get hurt. The group tried their best to take down Hater, but for some reason he keeps coming back. Hater. Do make sure you bring that tart next time, okay? Bye-bye now. The group returns to the entrance. Ace. Was that guy for real? Deuce. We hit him over and over, but he just kept coming. Maybe he was using some kind of illusion magic. Izuku, mind. No, that's not it. It could be some form of cloning magic, kind of like how ectoplasm and twice his quirks work. Ace. So lem get this straight. We walked in there, totally tartless, but this dude still made us do that whole song and dance before throwing us out. He just wanted to make us paint his stupid roses. Brim. We sure look like a bunch of chumps. Deuce. I guess we'll just have to get an apology tart and come back. Maybe after class, we can. Oh no. Izuku. Oh no. We forgot. Deuce. We already missed the first bell. We're gonna be late for class. Brim. Maya. I don't want to get a blemish on the first day of my glorious Night Raven education. Shake a leg, chumps. To the classroom, pronto. Ace. Hey, so what class are you guys in, anyway? You're freshmen too, right? Brim. The headmage said we're in class 1A. Izuku smiles remembering his class. Izuku. Sigh just like back home. Ace. Huh. Eri. That was Papa's class back home. Brim. Oh, okay. Deuce. Hey, that's the same one I'm in. We got potionology for first period. Brim. Oh ho, yeah. That sounds awesome. Ace. Maybe I don't need magic for that. Izuku. Well, if we're mainly going to do theoretical classes, then you won't have to worry too much. Eri, do you think you can find your way back to our dorm? Eri. Of course Papa, I remember where it is. Izuku. Okay, see you later sweetie. Eri. Bye Papa. They go through the mirror and find themselves back in the Hall of Mirrors. Eri headed back to Ramshackle, while Izuku, Grim, Ace, and Deuce headed off to their first class. The class escape. The group quickly arrived at the laboratory for their potions class. Izuku, Ace, and Deuce put on their labwear and goggles. Ah. You must be my new homeroom students. That's quite the unusual coat of fur. Do make sure that you arrive properly groomed. My name is Divis Cruel. You may call me Master Cruel. Cruel. Now, take your seats. Class is about to begin. We're going to start with the basics. And by that, I mean beating the names and distinguishing characteristics of 100 herbs and poisons into your tiny brains. The mycelia are another matter. But eventually, I'm hopeful you'll be able to take a walk without putting anything poisonous into your gaping maws. For now, I realize you have all the self-control of voracious hounds. But I will not abide a single student failing this class. Expect to be drilled accordingly. Divis's hair is parted at the side, with a longer section colored white and the shorter section black. He has narrow gray eyes and wears silver studs in his ears. Beneath a thick black and white furry coat, Divis wears a tuxedo consisting of a black dress shirt, red tie, a black and white vest, black dress pants, black dress shoes, and a black belt with a silver buckle, studs, and spiky sections. He also wears red gloves. He has several tail-like appendages hanging from the bottom of his coat and is sometimes seen carrying a teaching pointer with a red collar and jewel charm attached to the end of it. Izuku could tell that this man was based on the 100 Wonderland's villain Cruella de Vil. Deuce. Huh. So does anyone know what a mycelia is? Izuku. It's a network of fungal threads or hyphae. Mycelia often grow underground, but they can also thrive in other places, such as rotting tree trunks. A single spore can develop into a mycelium. The fruiting bodies of fungi, such as mushrooms, can sprout from mycelium. This is basic stuff, how do you not know it? Ace. I've never been one for memorizing what things are, you know. Brim. All I care about is how to tell the yummy plants from the yucky ones. It was now second period and they were having magical history. History was always one of the most boring subjects in school, even Izuku admitted this, but he knew he couldn't fall asleep and risk getting punished. I am your history of magic teacher, Moses Trine. And this is my familiar, Lucius. Trine. You are here to learn the rich history of magic and how it has sculpted the world which you now so easily take for granted. Lucius. Mruel. Trine has the appearance of a tall elderly man with small grey eyes and graying, neatly combed back hair. He wears a standard black suit beneath long maroon robes. Attached to his collar is a white jabot, which is tied off with a turquoise-colored pendant. He comes off as very stern-looking and unapproachable. Trine's cat, Lucius, is a chubby, black long hair with a white muzzle and golden eyes. He has white patches of fur at his chest and at the tip of his tail. He's often seen held in Trine's arms. When Izuku inspected them, he could tell they looked exactly like Lady Tremaine and Lucifer from Cinderella. Trine. I grade based on classroom behavior as well as the quality of work. Don't let me catch you sleeping. Now, let us open our books to page 15. This section concerns the magestones discovered in the dwarf's mine. Lucius. Mruel. Trine. As knowledge and awareness of magical energy began to spread across the globe from this point, this year is considered year 1 of the magic era. Lucius. Mruel yawn. Ace. Yawn. Deuce. Fascinating dwarf's mine MHM magical energy. Grim. Ma, and when do we get to the classes where we blow stuff up with magic? Izuku. Just bear with it a little longer, Grim, trust me, even I know, history is the most boring subject. Izuku was very bored, but his analytical mind was helping him stay awake. He took notes about what Trine was talking about and also helped his friend stay awake. It was now the 3rd period and they were having PE class. They were now in the sports field wearing their PE clothes. Vargas. I'm Coach Vargas, and physically educating your feeble little bodies is my responsibility. Great sorcery begins with a great physique. Behold the muscles you can build with a diet of raw eggs. A great mage needs a great physical constitution. So give 20 laps and 100 push-ups. The teacher was strong and burly. Ashton was very broad-shouldered with a thick neck and thick chest. He has dark brown hair styled in a pompadour and small blue eyes. He also has a thin beard framing his face. As the school's PE teacher, he wears a whistle around his neck. He wears athletic black pants and a red jacket with gold stripes. A golden stag head is pictured on the right side of his chest. He wears a golden curled arrow-shaped bracelet on his left wrist, which is a blood-like red at the point. Izuku could tell that he was based on Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Ace. Blee. The forced exercise is bad enough, but meatheads like this guy drive me nuts. Deuce. Finally. A subject I'm good at. Izuku. Back home before I got my quirk I was always behind my peers, but thanks to the training I can handle this class pretty well. Grim. Explain to me the appeal of running around in circles. Do I look like a hamster? The group is now walking down the interior hallway to their next class. Deuce. Let's see, our next class is. Ace. This so-called magic academy feels a lot like a lame, ordinary school. Izuku. Well, you can't expect to learn how to use magic if you don't know what to do. Ace. It's not exactly what I expected, but at least this collar won't be much of a problem after all. You with me on that, Grim? Izuku. Huh. Where'd Grim go? Deuce. Oh. Look out the window. I just saw a ball of fur running across the yard. Grim was now in the courtyard. Grim. No way am I putting up with this boring routine day in and day out. I'm Grim, sorcerer prodigy, and I don't need no one to teach me how to blow stuff up. Back to the group. Izuku. The heat mage is going to be furious. Deuce. Boy, that guy is not a fast learner. Ace. Not a good look to lose your only student on your first day as prefect housewarden. Want help catching him? Izuku. I'd like that very much. But, I'm guessing you both want something in return. Ace. I do love the chocolate croissants at the co-op. Deuce. I do it for an iced latte at the cafeteria. Izuku. If you help me, I'll make both of you my mom's famous katsudon as well. Ace. I don't know what that is, but if it's as good as your breakfast, then it's a deal. Pleasure doing business. Now, Deuce, shall we clean up the mess made by the worst prefect housewarden to ever set foot on campus? Deuce. I can already taste that lad, Ace. The group heads outside and starts chasing Grim. Ace pulled out a net and Deuce used his magic to try and stop him. The carbonara scrape. The group finally managed to catch Grim and he was very upset. Grim. Mrah. I've had it with these boring classes. Izuku. Then you'll never become a great mage. Grim. Ugh. When did you get all bossy? It was now lunchtime. Izuku picked up Eri and they arrived at the cafeteria with the rest of the group. Grim. Whoa. Lunchtime at last. Whoa. Drool, they got some good looking grub. Izuku. This all looks amazing. Grim. Look how fluffy those omelets are. Ooh, grilled chicken. And a bacon and egg tart. Ace. SHHH. Dude, inside voices. Where was this energy earlier today? Grim. Izuku, grab me the grilled chicken. There's only one left. And an omelet too. And that jelly-filled bread. Just fill your whole tray with them. Suddenly Grim bumps into some students causing their food to fall on the ground. Grim. Ow. Delinquent A. Hey. Watch where you're going. My carbonara. You broke the yolk. Delinquent B. Whoa, that's messed up. Poking the egg is the best part. You better make this right, pal. Delinquent A. I'm gonna need that grilled chicken of yours as compensation. Izuku, mind. Oh great, they're delinquents. Grim. Maya. No way. Hands off the bird, chump. I need my protein, because I am hangry. Delinquent B. Hey. That's no way to speak to an upperclassman. Catch me outside and I'll teach you some respect. Deuce. Excuse me, sir, but it said in the handbook that fighting with magic was prohibited. Delinquent A. Fighting? You got it all wrong. This is just me helping an ignorant freshman know his place. Delinquent B. Now, let's see just how many ways there are to skin a cat, heh. Izuku. It doesn't look like they're going to back down, we'd better help Grim. Ace. Okay, but you still owe us that what did you call it again? Izuku. Katsuden, and don't worry I didn't forget. Deuce. Then let's take care of them. The group goes over to Grim and help him fight off the delinquents. The tradition lesson. The battle ended with Izuku's group as the victors. Delinquent A. Whoa, didn't know you had that in you. Delinquent B. Look, I'm gonna let you off the hook this time, but only cause I don't want my pasta getting cold. Grim. PFFFT. I knew you were all talk. You better hope I never see you again. Izuku. I guess this is my life now. Sigh. Ace. Can we just get some lunch already? I missed breakfast, apart from the meal Izuku made, and I'm about to collapse. Deuce. Sigh, I can't believe this. Textbook bullies at an academy that's supposed to be famous for producing exceptional mages. Grim. Aw, get over it already. It's time to chow like the wind. Munch munch, this omelet is as fluffy as a cloud and practically burst in with cheese. Munch munch. So, I saw your guys' dorm, but what are the other ones like? Hater. I'm sure you're familiar with the statues of the Great Seven. Night Raven College has a dorm themed after each one. Ace. Wow. You're that guy from this morning. Grim. You tricked us into painting those dumb roses. Hater. Tricked is such an ugly word. Do you think I wanted to spend my morning painting roses? It's dorm policy. I was just following orders. Deuce. And grinning like a fiend all the while. Hater. Now, Deucey. Outside of the dorm, I don't care what rules you follow. Here, I'm just a friendly mentor figure. Deuce. Please. Do not call me Deucey. Izuku. Yeah, that just sounds so wrong. Ahaha. That's how Cater shows he cares. Ace. And who are you? Trey. Ah, I should introduce myself. The name's Trey. Trey Clover. I'm a junior at Heartslabyul, like Cater here. And you must be Izuku, the new prefect housewarden from that dump of the rustic dorm. I heard the whole story from Cater. Thanks for looking out for our boys yesterday. Trey is a tall, fair-skinned young man with short dark green hair. He has very short, side-swept bangs and thicker than average eyebrows. His eyes are warm hazel, and he always wears black full-rimmed glasses. On his left cheek is a small black marking in the shape of a club or clover symbol. He is often shown with a clever smirk on his face. Izuku. It was no problem, and this is Eri. Eri. It's really nice to meet you. Trey. You too, little Eri. Ace. I don't recall inviting you to sit with us. Hater. Hey now, we're all from the same dorm, right? Let's try to get along. Here, gimme your digits. Izuku. Sure, but I don't think my phone will be able to do everything yours can do. Izuku gives Cater his phone and he inspects it. Cater. This is a very nice model. I guess there are some things different worlds have in common. Maybe when you're free, I can take you to this place I know to get yours outfitted with the best we have. Izuku. That's very thoughtful of you, thanks. Trey. Cater. You're freaking out the freshman. Maybe take it down a notch. Hater. Ha. Sorry. I can get a little extra sometimes. What were we talking about, the dorms? Yeah. Ah, what fun to mentor new students. Go ahead, AMA. Ace. Before you get into the other dorms, I wouldn't mind learning a bit more about ours. Like, what's the deal with all this Queen of Hearts rule number whatever junk? Izuku. I would also like to know that as well, since we haven't been in this world for very long. Trey. I'm sure you're familiar with the legendary Queen of Hearts already. She had to rule over a kingdom of weirdos and did it by emphasizing order and making strict rules. Hater. Our dorm, Heartslabyul, is an homage to her. By tradition, we wear armbands with the red and black of the queen's dress. And we live by the rules she created. Grim. PFFT. Can you make me any more bored? Hater. Now, the degree to which we adhere to the rules depends on the sitting housewarden. Past wardens have been much more lax. Trey. Riddle though. He doesn't mess around. Basically, you could say that we're honoring that tradition to the utmost extent possible. Ace. Blee. Just my luck. Izuku. Actually, one of my friends back home is very strict about following rules. He can get a bit annoying for the rest of the class, but he really cares for us. Ace. Speaking of which, Izuku, you never told us about your world or your powers. Izuku. Oh, right, I never told you. Well, let me explain. Just the part where Izuku explained his world. Izuku. It's true that some heroes often use that fame and recognition for themselves, but there are also heroes who do it for the safety of others. I want to become a hero that gives hope to those that feel like they were unfortunate in their lives. Hater. OMG, that's so nice of you. Deuce. You've really got a long way to go before you can get there, but I'm sure you can do it. Brim. Whoa, your world sounds amazing. Ace. Kind of makes me wish I had one of those quirks. Speaking of, what are your quirks? Izuku. Oh, mine is called One for All. It's very unique in its own way, but it'll take too long to explain. For now I'll just say that the main ability associated with it is strength enhancement. As for Eri, her quirk is called Rewind. She can reverse time on any living thing, returning it to a previous state. Deuce. Huh, I guess that explains how she was able to fix our mistakes with the roses. Eri. When I first got it, I didn't know how to use it. It was thanks to Papa that I'm able to control it a lot more easily. Ace. Hey, this might be a bit of a stupid question, but how's Eri your daughter? I mean, I know you adopted her, but how did you two meet? Eri flinched and grabbed onto her dress. They could tell that it wasn't something pleasant. Izuku. It's a very sensitive and painful thing to remind her of. I'll tell you guys and Crowley about it another time. Deuce. Okay. Brim. So what are the other dorms like, then? The legendary 7. We return to the group as Trey explains the different dorms. Brim. So what are the other dorms like, then? Trey. As Kater mentioned earlier, the dorms of this school are themed after the Great Seven. We have our dorm, Heartslabyul, modeled after the strictness of the Queen of Hearts. Trey. To run down the rest of them for you, we have Savannaclaw, based on the persistent spirit of the King of Beasts. Octavinelle, based on the benevolent heart of the Sea Witch. Scarabia, based on the mindful personality of the Sorcerer of the Sands. Pamifear, based on the tenacity of the Fairest Queen. Ignahid, based on the diligence of the King of the Underworld. And finally Teosomnia, based on the noble spirit of the Thorn Fairy. Izuku. That's a lot to take in. Brim. All those names are way too long. How's anyone supposed to remember 'em? Hater. Ahaha. Well, you get the idea. Want to or not, you'll learn them soon enough. Trey. At orientation, the Dark Mirror picks a dorm for you based on the essence of your being. As a result, each dorm ends up with a distinct sort of flavor, we'll call it. Hater. That is so true. I tot see it. Deuce. Flavor, huh? Trey. For example, look at that guy. Eri. He has dog ears. Trey. That rough and tumble vibe he's got has Savannaclaw House written all over it. Izuku, mind. So those members are all beast men. Hater. No doubt. That dorm is full of scrappy guys who are into, like, working out and fighting. How should I describe the vibe? Macho dudes. Gruff big brothers. Something along those lines. The black and gold armband is another giveaway. Brim. Huh. Alright, so what about that guy with the gray and purple cord wrapped around his arm? Trey. He's gotta be from Octavinelle House. And the student sitting at the table in front of him has a red and gold armband, Scarabia colors. Hater. Those dorms are for the smart students. They're always neck and neck in the academic rankings. Ah, but the current housewarden of Scarabia doesn't seem to be all that great of a student. Ace. And here Kater goes, off on some tangent. Trey. Ha. You learn fast. Let's get back on topic. You see the flashy one with the purple and red armband? Those are Pamifear colors. Brim. Whoa. The girl with the potion books, I really like her. The girl in question is a young-looking boy with fair skin and a height considerably shorter than his peers. He has wavy, mid-length hair that is periwinkle in color, with long bangs that part on his left and frame the sides of his face. His eyes are light blue, and he often has a neutral, mysterious expression on his face. On rare occasions, however, Apple can be seen revealing a tough boyish grin. Deuce. What's she doing in a boys' school? Ace. You two are such morons. There aren't girls officially enrolled here. Brim and Deuce. What? Hater. Speaking of girls, there's a portrait in the West Hall who's a real beauty. Name's Rosaria. If you'd like to meet her, I'd be happy to introduce you. Maybe we can set something up. Ace. A painting. Hard pass. I don't care how cute she is if she's two-dimensional. Izuku. I'm not even sure how such a relationship would work. Hater. Come on, man. Who cares how many dimensions she's got? Anyway, they take vanity pretty seriously at Pamifear. It's basically a dorm full of models. Their housewarden has 5 million followers on Magicom. Trey. Hey now, they're not all just pretty faces. The students at Pamifir are among the best at potions and casting curses. Hater. Haha. True dat. Next, we have Isekai'd. Their armbands are blue and black, but I don't see any around here. They tend not to be the most outgoing of students. Even I don't have a single friend from that dorm. They're kind of the polar opposite of us sunny fun-loving Heartslabyuls. Grim. So they're gloomy and miserable. Trey. Hey, no need to put it like that. They just have a reputation for being quiet and serious, is all. That dorm tends to attract magical energy engineers and students who are good with tech. Deuce. And the just leaves die Honulara, was it? Ace. You were off to a good start and then you rammed right into the guardrails. It's Diasomnia. Izuku. Just say insomnia but replace the in with dia. Deuce. I know that. I just misspoke, alright. Hater. Diasomnia house is, look over there. Those guys in the special seating area. You can tell from the neon green and black armbands. They're basically campus celebrities. The vibe they give off makes it real hard for regular schmucks like us to even approach them. And their housewarden is that times 1,000. Ace. There's a little kid in that group. Trey. We do get some child prodigies here. But that guy there is no kid. He's a junior like us. Names. Lilia Van Rauch. Everyone. Blah. Lilia is a very young-looking man with a height considerably shorter than his peers. He has black mid-length hair with angled straight-cut bangs and magenta peekaboo highlights. Some of the hair on the top of his head flips upward, vaguely resembling small horns. His eyes are deep red, with vertical slit pupils and long eyelashes. He has pointed elf-like ears, as well as small fangs. He usually has a wise, benevolent smile on his face. Grim. He just teleported. Lilia. I understand my apparent age interests you. As this bespectacled fellow accurately noted, despite my fresh-faced boyish good looks, it would be inaccurate to call me a child. Trey. Fresh-faced, he says. Lilia. You need not gawk at us from afar. You may feel free to speak with us directly. We are schoolmates, are we not? All of us at Diasomnia House welcome you without reservation. Silver. Sebek. Deuce. And yet, those guys over there aren't exactly rolling out the red carpet in terms of approachability. Lilia. Chuckle, forgive me for appearing above you during your meal. I do hope we can speak again. Ace. Their table has got to be over 20 yards away from ours. And they overheard our conversation. That's way creepy. Trey. Well, Diasomnia House does have a bit of a reputation for having lots of special students. Some of them are extremely talented at magic. Their housewarden, Malleus Draconia, is considered to be one of the 5 best mages in the world. Hater. Malleus is real bad news. Though I suppose the same could be said of our own dear housewarden. Ace. No kidding. He collared me for eating 1 slice of tart. All his rule obsession is out of control. Izuku does hand gestures to try and stop Ace from continuing with his remarks, since the housewarden was standing right behind him. Riddle. My rule obsession is out of control, is it? Ace. You bet it is. Riddle's just a petty tyrant who leans into the whole rules shtick as a pretext to keep everyone under his puny thumb. Izuku and Eri Facipum. Deuce. Ace. Behind you. Ace. Blah. Housewarden. A mealtime chat. We returned to the group when the housewarden of Heartslabyul confronted Ace. Ace. Blah. Housewarden. Hater. Hey Riddle. What's shakin', pal? You're looking adorbs, as always. Riddle. HMPH. Cater, keep running that mouth and you'll lose it along with the rest of your head. Hater. Sorry. My bad. Riddle is a young-looking fair-skinned boy that is considerably shorter than a majority of his peers. His hair is a neutral red color and is cut short in the back and a bit longer around his face. His bangs curve inward and 2 prominent strands of hair on the top of his head fall forward and form a heart shape. His eyes are bluish-gray and he is commonly seen with a stern look on his face. Grim. Maya. You're the guy who put that stupid collar on me at the orientation ceremony. Riddle. And you're the new students who were nearly expelled yesterday. I'll ask that you not refer to my signature spell as a stupid collar. The heat mage's habit of tolerating rule-breakers like you is going to send this entire campus spiraling into chaos one day. Those who break the rules should have their heads removed immediately, without exception. Ace. Dude, seriously. This guy looks like a wimp but talks like a monster. Riddle. The heat mage may have forgiven you, but if you break any further rules, I assure you I will not. Riddle then walks over to Izuku and Eri, who is a little tense with how Riddle talked. Riddle. And the magicless boy and girl from another world who have also become the prefect housewarden of the old dormitory. I must apologize for my behavior earlier. Izuku. Oh, there's no problem at all. Riddle. That's good to know. By the way, I haven't introduced myself yet. I am Riddle Rosehearts, housewarden of Heartslabyul. Izuku. Well, it's really nice to meet you, Riddle. My name's Izuku Midoriya, and this is my adopted daughter Eri. Eri was still a little nervous with how the housewarden spoke. Eri? Hi. Riddle's heart sank for a moment. He couldn't understand why, but he felt some sort of connection with the little horn girl. Riddle. There's nothing to be worried about. I'm sorry if I scared you. I can just get a little frustrated when my fellow classmates don't follow the rules. Riddle reached out and hugged the little girl, who hugged back in return. Izuku could tell that there was some connection between the two, but he could tell what it was. Ace. So, listen, housewarden, sir, any chance I could get you to remove this collar? Riddle breaks the hug and walks over to Ace. Riddle. I had intended to remove it once you'd taken an opportunity to reflect upon your crimes. But I've not detected so much as a hint of remorse in the foolishness I've heard you spout today. So I think I'll let you keep that for a while. Don't worry. The freshman curriculum is more focused on magical theory than practice. And your inability to use magic will help prevent incidents along the lines of what happened yesterday. Now, if you've finished your meal, you should quit gossiping and prepare for your next class. Rule 271 is quite clear. One must leave the table within 15 minutes of completing their lunch. You do understand what happens to rule breakers, I trust. Ace. Sigh, more insane rules. Riddle, I believe you mean to say, yes, housewarden. Deuce and Ace, yes, housewarden. Riddle. Very well, then. Trey. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on them. Riddle. As vice housewarden, I trust you'll avoid any further indiscreet conversation. Now, as per rule 339, the post-meal beverage is to be lemon tea with 2 sugar cubes. Thus, I must go to acquire my sugar cubes. Farewell. Don't even get me started on their violation of running out of sugar cubes. Hater. Yeesh. That was terrifying. Brim. That guy has some serious issues. Deuce. Hey, don't disrespect him. Heartslabyul student A. Is the housewarden gone? Heartslabyul student B. I totally just broke rule 186, never eat a hamburger on Tuesday. I don't know what I would have done if he caught me. Sigh, I wish he wouldn't come here so we could at least eat lunch in peace. Hater and Trey. Trey. Riddle managed to secure the housewarden title before the end of his very first week at school. I know he can come off a bit harsh, but he's not a bad guy. Everything he does because he thinks it'll improve the dorm. Brim. Would a good guy go around putting collars on strangers' necks? Hater and Trey. Heh. Ignoring Grimm's question, Izuku decided to ask the 2 juniors about the signature spell that Riddle mentioned. Izuku. So what's the signature spell he mentioned? Hater. You're curious about Riddle's signature spell. Deuce. That means, like, it's a spell that only he can cast, right? Trey. I doubt he's the only person in the whole world, but yes, a signature spell is a magical ability that is, generally speaking, unique to its user. You'll learn about them in class soon enough. Izuku. I think I understand, so each signature spell is unique to each mage that uses it. Trey. That's correct, but from what I've heard, it might be similar to the quirks from your world, so there is a small chance that a similar one might be present in someone else. Hater. Riddle's signature spell allows him to temporarily seal away the magic of another. The spell is named. Flashback. Riddle. Off with your head. Flashback end. Izuku, mind. Kind of like the original Queen of Hearts catchphrase. Brim. Even the name is completely psycho. Hater. To a mage, losing the ability to use magic is about as painful as losing your head completely. Which is why all of us at Heartslabyul House try hard not to violate Riddle's rules. Trey. And as long as you are following the rules, Riddle isn't so scary. Ace. Speaking of which, are you still not gonna let me into the dorm until I buy a tart, Hater? Hater. Don't at me, but yeah. That's rule 53, so my hands are tied. Also, Riddle always looks forward to having the first slice of a tart. So if you want him to forgive you, you had better bring a whole tart. Ace. What happened to we're all from the same dorm, let's try to get along. Throw me a bone here. Hater. That's one thing. This is another. Deuce. A whole tart has gotta be pretty expensive. Ace. Seriously? I don't have that much money. Hater. Then why not make one yourself? Trey made those 3 tarts by hand, after all. Izuku. Wow, that's amazing. Ace. You made those tarts, Trey. That's incredible. That was like something you'd find at a bakery. Trey. Heh. I appreciate that. We do have most of the stuff you'd need, but I'm afraid I'll need something from you in return. Ace. You're gonna charge me to make it. What kind of racket? Trey. Nah, I wouldn't take money from a freshman. But Riddle wants a chestnut tart next, so I'm gonna need you to gather a ton of chestnuts. Ace. Like that's any less of a hassle. But fine. How many do you need? Trey. Well, it's for the unbirthday party, so probably 2 or 300. Deuce and Grim. Did you say 100? Trey. And they're all gonna need to be boiled, shelled, and pureed. Grim. Alright, I'm gonna head out. Deuce. I'm leaving too. Ace. You heartless cowards. Hater. Hold up. Haven't you ever heard that food tastes better if you make it with your friends? This'll be a memory to treasure. It could even be your chance to make a splash as a cooking blogger. Trey. Don't tell Riddle, but chestnut tarts are at their tastiest when eaten right out of the oven. And the only people who get to experience that culinary privilege are the ones who make it. Grim. Well, when you put it that way, come on, humans, let's do this. Izuku. Is it okay if I can help out too? My mom taught me how to cook, so is it okay if I can help? Deuce. Trust us, his cooking is incredible, he could start his own cooking show if he wanted. Trey. Well, if you're giving him so much praise, I guess I can have you both help out. Eri. I hope I can make Papa proud. Izuku. I'm sure you will. Grim. By the way, where can we find the closest chestnuts? Trey. I heard there's a whole bunch of chestnut trees in the woods behind the campus's botanical garden. Ace. Cool. Plan made. Let's meet at the botanical garden after last period. Grim. We're gonna be up to our ears in chestnuts. The garden spat. They were now in the woods behind the campus. They walked for a bit until they found a lot of trees that bore chestnuts, which even lay on the ground close to the trees. Izuku asked Eri to stay with Trey and help him in the kitchen. Grim. Whoa. There really are a ton of chestnuts just laying around. I'm gonna be living large on chestnut tarts. Let's get grabbing. When touch the chestnut he winces in pain. Grim. YOWCH. Maya. The chestnut spines pricked my paws. Deuce. I don't think we can do this with our bare hands. And we need something to put them in, too. Ace. Maybe we can find some supplies in the botanical garden. Deuce. Let's take a look. They head over to the botanical garden. Ace. Whoa, I didn't realize this place was so huge. Deuce. If it's this large, it's got to have a groundskeeper. Let's split up and look. Ace. Sure. Dibs on the right side. Deuce. Then how about I go left while Grim and his prefect housewarden go straight ahead. Grim. Hey, come take a look at this, there's a ton of fruit growing here. Smells like they're ripe, too. Izuku follows behind Grim but quickly stopped due to danger sense going off. He looks down to see a tail in his path. He looks to the owner who was actually a boy. He walks over and carefully wakes up. Hey. What you going around waking me up for? Izuku. Sorry, but I noticed your tail in the path, so I wanted to wake you up so you would move it away in case someone accidentally steps on it. Oh. That's quite kind of you, sorry for my outburst earlier. Izuku. It's okay. Grim. Are you the groundskeeper? Not sure you ought to be talking to students that way, pal. I'm not the groundskeeper, but thanks kid for waking me up when you did. Ain't nothing worse than being in the middle of a good nap and having some jerk step on your tail. Izuku. It was no problem. Izuku took a good look at the boy, taking note of every unique feature he had. The boy is a tall young man with tan skin and fairly defined muscles. He has thick dark brown hair that goes below his shoulders in length, with long, side-parted bangs that fall over his eyes. 2 sections of hair on both sides of his face are braided and tied at the ends with yellow bands. He has emerald green eyes and a thin scar over his left eye that goes from his eyebrow to his cheek. He also owns a black lion tattoo wrapped around his left arm, just below his shoulder. Instead of human ears, he has brown lion ears on the top of his head. This is paired with a long lion tail of the same color, with a dark brown tuft of fur at the end. He is usually shown with half-lidded eyes and a smug, sharp-toothed grin. Izuku, mind. He must be from Savannah, and he kind of looks like the housewarden from when Eri and I were at the ceremony. Do I know you? You're that omnivore from orientation who couldn't use magic. Sniff sniff. Izuku. Are you smelling me? It's true. You don't smell of magic at all, but you have a different scent, similar to magic. I can tell you're very considerate of others, so thanks again for warning me about my tail. Izuku. Oh, it was no problem at all, I just like helping out. Grim. I dunno what's up with this guy, but when he looks at me, it makes every follicle of fur stand on end. That's just your animal instincts, it's telling you to run away from me. Anyway, I'm in a good mood on account of being well rested, so I'll let you do whatever you want. Izuku. Thank you very much. Grim. Well, I'm glad that worked out. By the way, you never told us your name. Before he could answer, another voice was heard calling out. They turned to see another boy who Izuku could tell was from Savannah. Leona. There you are. Izuku, mind. Leona. So that's his name, but who is that? Leona. Heh. I knew I'd find you here. We got after school classes today, remember? Leona. Ugh, and now I've got this guy on my tail. Izuku, mind. Something tells me that this boy is a bit of an annoyance. Leona, you've already had to repeat 1 year. If you get held back again, we'll be in the same grade. Leona. Oh, put a sock in it already. I'm tired of all yer yappin', Ruggy. The boy called Ruggy is a light-skinned boy of average height. He has short fluffy hair that flips up at the ends, with mid-length messy bangs. His hair is mostly sandy blonde, but a darker blonde color fades in from the top of his head. He has short thicker than average eyebrows, bluish-gray eyes, and a subtle dark coloring underneath his eyes. Instead of human ears, Ruggy has large brown hyena ears on the top of his head. This is paired with a short hyena tail of the same color. Small, sharp fangs are usually seen when his mouth is open. He is usually shown brandishing a mischievous smile. Ruggy. Look, you think I like always being on your case? Come on, man. You act like it'd be hard for you. You could skate through life if you just try. Come on. Let's go already. Leona. HRMPH fine, I'm coming, see you both around. The two Savannah Claw students walk away, leaving Izuku and Grim by themselves. Grim. Maya. I don't like the sound of that. What is up with this nutso? Izuku. That guy reminded me of a lion. Ace. Yo, guys, we found baskets and tongs. Deuce. What in the world happened to you two? Grim. Oh, right, the chestnuts. We gotta gather those chestnuts so I can get my tart on. We'll fill him in on the crazy groundskeeper while we forage. Izuku. Grim, I don't think that was the groundskeeper. Grim. Whatever. They head back to the woods to gather the chestnuts while Grim and Izuku explained what happened. Grim. And then he peaced out. Ace. Yeah, no way was that guy the groundskeeper. Grim. You know, now that I think about it, he was wearing the golden vest of that pajama clog dorm. Deuce. Pajama clog. You mean Savannah Claw? You know, I'm starting to think that there's an awful lot of delinquents here at Night Raven, though he seemed like a more easygoing guy from what you told us, Izuku. Ace. Alright, that should be enough chestnuts. Let's get these baskets over to Trey. Grim. My haha. Now that we're all gassed up, it's destination. Flavortown, baby. The group gather their collected chestnuts and head to Night Raven College's kitchen where Trey and Eri were waiting. Trey. Welcome back. Looks like you got plenty. Actually, it looks like you got more than enough. Izuku. I figured I'd make some extra for us to enjoy once we're done. Deuce. Thanks, Izuku. Grim. Now you can make us some massive tarts. Trey. Well, the bigger the tarts, the harder it'll be to peel all these nuts, so good luck with that. Deuce. We have to peel all of these. Suddenly the whole room is spinning. Trey. Preparation is the key to good baking. Ace. Yeah, I know. We've come this far. We're not giving up now. Izuku. Okay, let's get started. The group start their preparation with the chestnuts. Izuku used Black Whip to peel the chestnuts, while also helping Eri with hers. Ace was having the hardest time since he couldn't use his magic, but he made do. Secret in the oysters. We return to the group as they finish working on the chestnuts. Ace. There. Finally got them all pureed. Deuce. My arm is killing me. Trey. Nice work. It'll be all the sweeter for your pain. Grim. The smell alone already has me drooling. Izuku. You're not the only one, Grim. Izuku gestures to Eri, who is enticed by the scent of the pureed tarts. Trey. I just need to add butter and sugar to the chestnut paste and a sensible splash of oyster sauce. That's my secret ingredient. Deuce and Ace. Oyster sauce. Izuku was trying to hold in his laughter. Izuku, mind. Don't laugh, don't laugh. Trey. Yep. The umami of the oysters gives the cream a deep, savory flavor. I use this one here. Walrus brand young oyster sauce. All the best bakers use it in their tarts. Izuku was starting to snicker while Eri looked confused. Deuce. Really? But isn't oyster sauce like super salty? Ace. Some folks put chocolate into curry, don't they? Maybe it's the same idea. Izuku couldn't hold it in anymore and burst into a fit of laughter along with Trey. Izuku. Laugh. Trey. PFFT, ah ha ha ha. I'm totally lying. No one in their right mind would put oyster sauce into a pastry. Izuku. Sorry about not mentioning it, but it just sounded too funny to not tell you. Ace. What? So you were just yanking our chain? Trey. Ah ha ha. I mean, if you'd used your brain, you'd have realized how ridiculous it was. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't believe everything you hear. Grim. Feh. And here I thought that human was actually somewhat decent. Trey. Next, I'll put in the creamo. Ace. What's wrong? Trey. You guys gathered so many chestnuts that we may have overdone it with the chestnut paste. I don't think we have enough cream to mix in. Deuce. Then I'll go buy some. Do they sell it at the school store? Trey. They sell pretty much everything, so probably. Can I have you pick me up a few other things? I need 2 cartons of milk, 2 packs of eggs, some muffin cups, 5 cans of fruit. Deuce. I don't think I'll be able to carry all that back. Izuku, could you come with me? Izuku. It was mostly my fault for bringing too many chestnuts, so I'll join you Deuce. Plus, it would be nice to know where the school store is, in case I need something. Grim. Then I'm coming too. I'm getting dizzy from all this turn. I need a break. They arrive at the store, and Izuku looks around in amazement as most of the things there were related to voodoo. Izuku, mind. If the faculty look like Disney villains, and with all the voodoo stuff here, I think it would make sense that the owner would look like Dr. Facelier from The Princess and the Frog. Deuce. Hello, can I get some Hiwo? This shop is wild. They have crystal skulls, grimoires, taxidermied I don't even know what animal that is. Grim. You think they really sell cream here? Sam. Greetings, my stray imps, how fare you today? Welcome to Mr. Sam's mystery shop. What among my humble selection interests you? The charm from a secluded land. The mummified remains of an ancient king. A cursed tarot card. Sam is a lithe young man with magenta eyes, black and purple locks flipped over the right side of his head, and an undercut. Beneath his maroon blazer, he wears a bright purple vest which has skeletal motifs as buttons. He wears a hat which is sewn together of maroon and black colored parts. He has a small skull affixed to his red clothing wrapped around the hat. He wears a necklace decorated with long tooth-looking bones. He also wears a black apron, tied together with a black and white ribbon. He has a single pocket visible near his hip which holds a green hamsa-type object inside. Izuku, mind. Just as I thought. Brim. Maya. I wasn't expecting this kinda selection. Egg destroyers. Izuku, Grim, and Deuce were in Sam's shop trying to get what they need. Deuce. We wanted to buy all the items on this list. Grim. Ring up 2 cans of tuna while you're at it. Deuce. No Grim. We're not here for tuna. Sam. What's this? Cream and eggs and quite the sacchariferous list. I'll get everything for you. Deuce. Whoa, he really does stock that stuff, huh? Sam. Here you go. It's pretty heavy, are you sure you can carry this? Luckily for you, our 1/100th size flying saucers are 30% off today. Perfect for carrying groceries. Izuku. Wow, that sounds amazing. Grim. Ooh, lem see. That sounds awesome. Deuce. We're fine, thank you. Let's go, Grim. Grim. Maya. I didn't realize today was National No Fun Allowed Day. Sam. Very well. Then until next time, my little imps. Do come again. Ciao. They leave the store and are now walking down Main Street. Deuce. That store was amazing. Grim. Yeah, and you're amazingly cheap. Deuce. Who are you calling cheap? HMPH. Izuku, looks like you got the bag with all the cans. That must be heavy. Let me take that one. I've got a little trick for carrying heavy bags. Izuku. Thanks, I appreciate it. Deuce. Yeah. My mom always used to stock up at sales and the bags would get ridiculously heavy. I was the only man in the house, so I got to do all the heavy lifting and oh, sorry. I didn't mean to monopolize the conversation. Izuku. Oh, no worries, I was actually enjoying the conversation, you must really care about your mom. Deuce started to get flustered. Deuce. No, it wasn't like that at all. The truth is, Deuce wasn't looking where he was going and bumps into someone. Grim. Maya. The eggs. Deuce. The carton of eggs is totally smashed. And now the bag's dripping egg good everywhere. Delinquent A. Ouch. Why don't you watch where you're hey? You're the jerks who broke the egg yolk on my carbonara. Delinquent B. I've had about enough of you punks. You need to learn your place. Deuce. You're the ones who darted out at us from around a corner. And you picked a fight with us at lunch over an egg that you were still totally able to eat. And now you've destroyed 6 of our eggs. Izuku. We worked really hard to get these ingredients, so now you're in trouble. Grim. Yeah. He's right. Delinquent A. So what? You saying that was our fault? Deuce. I am. Please reimburse us for the eggs. And then apologize to the chickens. Izuku, mind. Okay, that last one is considerate, but I don't really see how that would help with the situation. Delinquent B. Ooh, look who's got his big boy pants on. You sure are making a big deal out of some stupid eggs. Deuce. What? Delinquent A. They haven't even touched the ground, so they're still edible. Quit whining. Delinquent B. You should thank us for saving you the trouble of cracking them. Delinquents. Ah ha 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 ha. Deuce. That ain't funny. Delinquent A. Huh. Deuce. I said, that ain't funny. You don't get to call my egg stupid. You don't get to call any egg stupid. Those eggs may not have gotten to be chicks, but they were gonna make some amazing tarts. Do you get it yet? Do you? Izuku, mind. Whoa, looks like Deuce's angry side is coming out, just like it did back at Worf's mine. Delinquent B. What is with this guy all of a sudden? Deuce. You owe me 6 eggs. If you ain't gonna pay me for 'em, then you're getting a bruise for each one. Delinquent A. Are you serious right now? Deuce. Buckle up, jerks. Izuku. Hey Grim, I think we should stay out of this seems a bit personal to Deuce. Grim. Why yeah. Deuce engages the delinquents in a duel and he begins casting magic like there's no tomorrow. Past improprieties. Deuce finishes his fight with the 2 delinquents and they look at him with fear in their eyes. Delinquent A. This guy's out of his mind. Delinquent B. Blah. Let's get out of here. Deuce. Next time you eat an egg, you better apologize 100 times, you bunch of chumps. Izuku. Deep breaths Deuce. Deep breaths. Grim. Woo. Deuce. Pant. Grim. What's wrong? Deuce. I did it again, didn't I arg? I was dead set on becoming an honor student this time, too. Grim. Huh. Deuce. When I was in middle school, I was pretty wild. I cut school all the time and got in fights. I called my teachers names, hung out with bullies, bleached my hair, I blasted around tight curves on my magic wheel, I'd show off my magic to kids who couldn't use it, yet I was a total punk. Grim. So you were only a little more annoying than you are now. Izuku. Honestly from what I've seen, it doesn't sound so unbelievable. Deuce. But one night, I saw my mom talking on the phone to my grandma. She was trying to hide from me, but I saw her and I could tell she was in tears. She was saying how she must have been a horrible mom and that maybe she never should have tried to raise me by herself. That had nothing to do with it. She hadn't done anything wrong. It was all me. When a carriage came to take me to Night Raven College, she was so happy for me. I decided then and there that this time, I wouldn't do anything to make her cry. This time, I'd become an honor student, someone she could be proud of. And I already messed it all up. Grim. I mean, did ya, though? Is putting up with jerks what honor students do? Deuce. Huh. Grim. Even I, Grim the Magnanimous, was ready to pound those losers into tuna paste. You just got to him first. Izuku. Just make sure you don't overdo it. Deuce. You guys. Izuku. Even honor students get angry sometimes. I know, cause one of my friends back home had a similar experience. Deuce. Haha, I guess you're right. I just hope those chicks can rest in peace. Izuku. You know chickens don't live inside eggs, right? Deuce. Why? Are you kidding me? They arrive at the kitchen after getting some new ingredients where Ace and Trey are finishing with making some more cream. Ace. Ah, you're finally back. Took you long enough. Trey. Let's get this tart started. Izuku. I'm kind of conflicted about that pun. On the one hand, it was pretty good, on the other hand, it kind of ruined a moment we were having. Trey. Oh, okay. They continue baking and now they are putting the cream on. Delicious varieties. The group are now close to finishing the tart, all they need is powdered sugar. Trey. Okay, now we just sprinkle on a little powdered sugar, and… Grim and Ace. Finished. Deuce. Finished. Ace. Did something happen to him while you were shopping? Izuku. Better let him work through this one himself. Deuce. For 16 years, I was so sure. Ace. Yeah, whatever. I'm pretty beat. Making tarts sure takes it out of you. Izuku. Well, I'm finished with mine, let's have a break and eat them. Ace. Sure. Hater. Hey fam. You look wrecked. Are the tarts done? Ooh, those look so cute. Lem snap a quick pic for Magicum. Ace. What, now you decide to show up? Hater. I just came to see how hard my little noobs were working. Trey. It's tough work if you're not used to it. But there's no better cure for the ails of fatigue than something sweet from the oven. Help yourself to some of this tart. Hater, Grim and Ace. Yay. Ace. Pretty funny how you managed to show right when it was ready to eat, Cater. Hater. Haha. Someone's gotta be the official taster. And I also want try Izuku's cooking as well. Grim. That smells so good, glossy chestnuts on top, fluffy cream below, I can't wait another second, I'm going in. Ace. Oh, dang. Hater. You liked and subscribed. And Izuku, your tarts were amazing, they may have been the same, but when compared to yours is by far the best I've tasted. Trey. I can agree with that. They continue to eat some of Trey's tart as well. Deuce. This is like something from a fancy bakery. Grim. Rich in flavor, yet not too sweet, it's like chestnuts are dancing across my tongue. Trey. Is that a good thing? Hater. Oh, Trey. You gotta do the thing. Trey. The thing. Oh that. Ace. Wanna fill me in here? Trey. What's everyone's favorite food? Ace. Me. Probably cherry pie. Or hamburgers. Grim. Canned tuna's at the top of my list. Then maybe cheese omelets, roast meat, pudding. Deuce. If I had to pick, I guess I'd say omelet rice. Hater. I like a nice lamb chop with Diablo sauce. Izuku. Mine's Katsuden. Eri. Candy apple. Trey. Alright, you've got it, let's paint the roses. Deuce. Huh. What does that mean? Trey. Take another bite of your tart and see. Ace takes a bite and his eyes widen. Ace. Huh. How now it tastes like cherry pie. Brim. It's just like canned tuna. Munch munch, now it tastes like a cheese omelet. And grilled meat. Munch munch, and pudding. Eri. It tastes like candy apples. Izuku. And mine's Katsuden, how'd you do that? Hater. Neat trick, eh? That's gotta be a hit when Trey's having tea with the ladies. Deuce. It's very impressive. Is changing flavors your signature spell, Trey? Trey. Technically, it's overriding characteristics. I can change taste, color, smell, whatever. It only lasts for a little while. But it is kinda like covering up the real thing, hence, painting. Izuku. Wait, does that mean you can also overwrite the characteristic of someone's spell? Trey. Yep. Brim. If I had magic like that, I could be eating canned tuna every meal of every day. That's way better than Riddle's stupid collar magic. Trey. Oh, that's in a whole other league. His signature spell is a weapon. Mine's just childish prestidigitation. Speaking of Riddle, it's too late to give him these now. Let's call it a day and do it tomorrow. Don't forget that tomorrow's the unbirthday party. You don't want to be late. Ace. Izuku, can I crash with you again? It doesn't sound like I'll be allowed back in my own dorm tonight. Hater. Again, seriously? Deuce. It isn't right to keep mooching off of Izuku, Ace. Brim. Yeah, it ain't. If you wanna stay tonight, you gotta pay for the privilege. 10 cans of tuna. Ace. What? Guess I'm sleeping outside, then. Izuku. Hold on, Grim, I'm the prefect and the housewarden, so I can decide whether he can stay or not, and I don't mind him staying at all. It kind of reminds me of when I lived with my classmates in the dorms back home. Grim. Ugh, fine. Ace. Thanks, Izuku. Trey. Why don't you go and stay at Izuku's dorm too, Deuce, so you can keep an eye on him. As vice housewarden, I can issue you a sleepover pass. Hater. That's our Trey, always spoiling the noobs. What fun for you. Ooh, maybe I'll come too. What do you say, Izuku? Trey. No pass for you. Hater. Oh. Sad trumpet, womp womp womp. Izuku. It's okay, Cater, maybe we can invite you over another time. And from what I saw when we were painting the roses, you and Eri were having a good time. Eri. I really hope we can have a sleepover, Mr. Cater. Hater. Aw, thanks, little unicorn. Trey. Sorry to dump them all on you, Izuku. At least it's just for tonight. Izuku. It's no problem. Ace. Tomorrow's the unbirthday party. Finally, I'm gonna get rid of this stupid collar. Just you wait, Riddle. The group head back to their dorms. We now go to when Cater and Trey arrive at their dorm. Heartslabyul student. Trey. Cater. You're finally back. We've been looking everywhere for you. Trey. What happened? Heartslabyul student. 10 dorm members were caught violating Rule 256, no drinking Henny sweetened lemonade after 8 p.m. Housewarden Riddle collared them all. Cater and Trey. Heartslabyul student. I can't take it anymore. I can't live like this. Everything we do violates some insane rule. I want to transfer to another dorm sob. Trey. It'll be okay. We'll go talk to the housewarden. You go back to your room. Hater. So I guess I'd better go make some tea or something, as a show of deference to the queen. Trey. Thanks, Cater. Oh, but make sure it's herbal tea, not black. You know what Rule 153 says about drinking tea at night. Hater. Yeah, sure. Of course. 2 drops of ink fall on the ground and come together to form a bigger blot. Drip drop. An army of one. Izuku woke up and headed to the mirror to see if what happened before happened again, and he was right. Izuku, mind. This could be a warning that something bad might happen. Kudo. You think it might be related to the unbirthday and the tart? Izuku, mind. Well, we don't know how many rules there are, so there might be one for what is about to happen, but I don't want to get on Riddle's bad side. Nana. Then we'd better watch and see what happens. Izuku, mind. Agreed. Izuku returned to bed and went back to sleep. It was now morning and Deuce was shaking Izuku awake. Deuce. Izuku, wake up. The unbirthday party is today. If we're late, well, you know. Izuku. That's right, the party's today. Knock knock knock. Deuce. It sounds like you have a visitor. They open the door and Cater walks in treating everyone. Cater. Good morning. Did you all enjoy your sleepover? Did you bond over pillow fights and card games? Ace. Oh, good morning, Cater. We did play some cards, yeah. But only Old Maid, cause that was the only one Grim knew how to play. Grim. And I still got the Old Maid every time, dang it. Deuce. Let's just say Grim doesn't have a very good poker face. Hater. Well, you should get one of the tarts we made yesterday and go apologize to Riddle. And you should probably hurry, because after the trouble yesterday, we're a little short-handed. Ace. What does that mean? Izuku. Who made Riddle mad? Hater. Don't worry. I've totes got it under control. Anyway, off to the party we go. They arrive at Heartslabyul dorm. Ace. Alright, so I'll hand over the tart and say I'm sorry, then. Hater approaches them wearing a PE uniform. Hater B. Hey, it's about time I got back. Good to see me. Then another Hater appears wearing his school clothes. Hater A. And me. Looking good as always, me. Deuce, Grim and Ace. Blah. Izuku and Eri. Whoa. Deuce. There are two Haters. Ace. Are you guys identical twins? Hater A. Nope. Don't have any siblings. What I do have is my signature spell, Split Card. It lets me make magic duplicates of myself. Deuce. This must be how Hater kept coming after we beat him over and over again yesterday. Another Hater appears, but this one was wearing labwear. Hater C. Welcome home, darlings. Then another one wearing the ceremonial robes. Hater D. Good to see you, Izuku. Hater B. You're late. I was worried sick. Ace. Blah. There are more of them. Hater B. JSYK, I'm actually the real Hater. Making these duplicates is super exhausting, so I can't maintain them for long. Anyway, if we're late, heads will roll. And since we're several people short, we'll need your help. But when this is over, I promise I'll take you straight to Riddle. Grim. What, more roses? Ace. And here we go again. Hater. Get the lead out, peeps. We need to get started. Grim. Wait, why weren't you too surprised? Izuku. I mean, it is really cool, but it's not very surprising. Deuce, Grim and Ace. Huh? Izuku. One of my teachers back home can make clones of himself, and I know a reformed villain who can create clones of anyone. Ace. Okay, that makes sense. They head to the garden and start painting the roses. Hard work undone. We return to the group who have just finished painting the roses. Deuce. Pant well, this is going better than before. Hater. Looking good. Ooh, it's almost time. Okay, all you hexy body doubles, that's a wrap. Haters. KK. The group now arrives at a garden where they see tables set up with teacups, cakes, different chairs, hats, tablecloths made from white linen, candelabra, flamingos, lanterns and streamers. The large rectangular table had a large heart-shaped chair which is where the housewarden is supposed to sit. All the students in Heartslabyul were wearing identical dorm uniforms. The uniform's top consists of an outer jacket, a patterned vest, and a white scoop neck undershirt. The jacket is mainly white with a yellow trim and red underlining. His right sleeve is black, while his left has a black and white checkerboard pattern. The lapels of the jacket are shaped like a heart and are asymmetrically colored black and red. Two yellow shoulder cords hang from his left shoulder strap, resembling those worn by army soldiers. On his left lapel is a white rose, halfway covered in red paint. Also on the left side of his jacket is a gold heart-shaped brooch with a yellow QH inside and a printed symbol of Heartslabyul. There is also a playing card displaying the Ace of Hearts, a card unique to Ace's uniform. Heartslabyul vests can either be red or black in color. The vest is patterned with all 4 card suits, as well as crowns and roses. Heartslabyul student. All hail our leader, the Red Sovereign himself, Housewarden Riddle. Heartslabyul students. We salute you, Housewarden Riddle. Riddle walks in wearing a uniform that was different from everyone else's. The most distinguishing features are the small golden crown on his head, resembling the crown worn by the Queen of Hearts, and a long cape worn on his left shoulder. Riddle also wears red eyeshadow when in his dorm uniform. He wears a long white coat dress with yellow buttons, yellow trim, and a red underlining with a cardsuit pattern. The coat dress is folded in the front in a curtain-type manner, connecting to 2 red roses on both sides of the coat. The lapels of his coat are asymmetrically colored black and red, and the red cuffs on his sleeves are folded up to reveal long, black gloves. Seen under the coat is a white dress shirt with a frilled collar and a red and black cross bow tie around the neck. A gold crown-shaped pin is placed where the bow tie intersects. Underneath the lapel of the coat on his left side hangs 2 gold ornaments, and printed on his coat is the symbol of Heartslabyul. Over the coat and around his waist is a striped yellow and black sash, tied on his right side under a white pin, with red ruffles and a gold H in the center. His pants are white to match his coat, with a red and yellow stripe on the outer seams. Over the pants are black over the knee boots, with a gold heart-shaped design on the boot collars. The boots have gold soles with high heels, and red heart designs over the toe cap and heel. His signature cape is worn over his left shoulder and reaches the floor in length. It is black on the outside with red underlining and a large white collar near the neck. The cape is seemingly connected to a checkerboard patterned sash with yellow trim that wraps over the lapel of his coat. Placed where the sash and cape connect is a white rose, halfway covered in red paint. Izuku, mind. I guess being the housewarden means you wear a different dorm uniform than the rest. Brittle. The garden roses are red, the tablecloths are white, this seems a proper unbirthday indeed. Is there a dormouse asleep in the teapot, as there should be? Trey. Of course. And should it become necessary, we've also prepared the jam to spread on his nose. Brittle. Very good. Brim. Maya. Those are some fancy duds. Hater. These are Heartslabyul dorm clothes. Aren't they fierce? At the forefront of fashion, and they look great on Magicum. Hater then casts a spell that changed his school uniform and his dorm uniform. Hater. One of the Queen's rules mandates formal dress on party days. As a show of kindness from a beloved mentor, I'll help coordinate your outfits. Hater then does the same to the group. Deuce. Whoa. Ace. Lookin' sharp. Brim. Maya. So cool. Izuku. As they say, clothes maketh the man. Eri. You look amazing, Papa. Izuku. And you look very cute in that outfit, Eri. Hater. Now, let's tear this party up. And don't forget to give Riddle the tart. Riddle. Before we begin the croquet tournament, let us make a toast. Does everyone have their teacup? On this most significantly unauspicious of days, I bid all in attendance a very merry unbirthday. Everyone. To a very merry unbirthday. Hater. Ace, this is your chance. Ace, right housewarden sir. Izuku, whisper. Eri, I think something bad is about to happen, just stay calm. Eri, whisper. Okay, Papa. Riddle. Ah, it's you. The tart thief. Ace. Yeah, so, I wanted to apologize for eating that tart. We made you a new tart to replace it. Riddle. And what kind of tart is it? Ace. I'm so glad you asked. It's a chestnut tart, and I swear, we weren't stingy with the chestnuts. Riddle. A chestnut tart. Izuku. And there it is. Ofa predecessors. Oh boy. Ace. What? Riddle. The Queen of Hearts Rule 562. One must never bring a chestnut tart to an unbirthday tea party. This is an utterly flagrant rule violation. Do you understand what you've done? You've ruined an otherwise perfect unbirthday. Deuce. Rule 562. Izuku. How many of these rules are there? Riddle. There are 810 rules in all, and housewarden, I can of course recite each and every one of them. Hater. Wow, this could be bad. Trey, were you aware of this? Trey. I was only able to memorize the first 350 or so. Well, we really botched this one. Big time. Riddle. As housewarden of a dorm established to honor the Queen of Hearts rigor, I cannot ignore this. Destroy the offending tart immediately. Then throw these rule breakers out of the dorm. Izuku, Eri and Ofa predecessors. This is bad. A rule slip. We return to the tea garden where Riddle had an outburst. Ace. Whoa, hold up. Is that one of your rules too? Brim. Yeah. If you want the tart gone, let me eat it. Trey. Housewarden, allow me to apologize. I was the one who suggested making a chestnut tart. Hater. I was a part of that too. We had no idea there was a rule about it. Riddle. The making of the tart is not the issue. The issue is bringing it here. Today. That is the transgression. Eri. How can you be so mean after he worked so hard? Ace. Yeah. All you do is cite one stupid rule after another. You sound totally foolish. Riddle. What did you just call me? Foolish. Hater. Everyone, stop. Don't dig this hole any deeper. And Riddle, please try to remember that these are new students who have only been here a few days. Ace. Nah, bro. I've got a shovel and I am digging. Throwing away a tart to obey some insane rule is about as foolish as it gets. Izuku. Ace, stop it. But he didn't pay attention. Deuce. I agree with Ace. Of course, I understand that rules do need to be followed, but this is going much too far. Izuku. Et tu, Deuce. Riddle. Are you attempting to debate me? Bold move. But I'll bite. By breaking even the smallest rule, you are throwing wide the gate to anarchy. Ace. Everyone, I know you're afraid of getting your magic sealed away, but you know this is insane, right? Heartslabyul student A. And no, Riddle. Well. Isn't it? Heartslabyul student A. Far from it, housewarden Riddle, sir. Heartslabyul student B, we trust in your judgment, sir. Izuku, mind. They're too afraid to turn on him. Brim. You little. Ace. You spineless, fair-weather cowards. Riddle. In the year since I became housewarden, not a single student from Heartslabyul house has dropped out or been held back a year. We are the only house that can boast such a feat. Furthermore, of everyone in this dorm, I have the best academic standing. Hence, I am the most correct. If you would simply obey me without question, we wouldn't need to contend so. Deuce. Listen, Riddle. It's not off with their heads because I want to do that. I do it because rules must never be broken. Trey. Riddle. If you will not obey me, then I will have all of your heads. Hater, okay, let's all say, yes housewarden riddle. Deuce. I can't. Izuku. I'm a housewarden as well, and you don't see me doing this, so I'm sorry riddle, but I can't abide by this. Ace. I don't bow to self-important tyrants. Izuku, mind. And now he's done it. Riddle. What did you just call me? Brim. He called you a tyrant for wanting to destroy good food just cause you're throwing a tantrum. Deuce. Guys, I don't think we need to escalate this. Riddle. Off. With. Your. Heads. Brim and Deuce. Why Before Riddle could do the same to Izuku, he saw how Izuku was shielding Eri from the attacks, seeing how scared and uncomfortable it made Eri. He lowers his pen and focuses his attention on Grim, Deuce, and especially Ace. Grim. No. Not the collar again. Deuce. Gah. I can't get it off. Riddle. Trey. Cater. Eject them from the premises. Hater and Trey. Yes sir, housewarden. Hater. And what about these two? Hater points to Izuku and Eri. Riddle. Leave them. Izuku turned to the ones being ejected. Izuku. Riddle, may we be excused, I'll try to get them to follow through. Riddle. Sigh alright, I'm sorry for my outburst, I'm just very strict about the rules being followed. Just know you can come back whenever you want. Izuku. Thank you. Let's go Eri. Eri. Okay papa. Eri takes Izuku's hand as he guides her out. When they exit the garden they see Deuce, Grim, Ace, Cater, and Trey about to fight. Deuce. Why you're supposed to be our mentors. Hater. Sorry, but we can't disobey our housewarden. Trey. Sorry, man. Ace. Oh, that's how it's gonna be. Then bring it on. Trey. Hater. We'll TTYL, folks. Trey. We'll try to calm Riddle down, so maybe he'll let you back in the dorm after you apologize. Ace. I will never apologize. Not to that numbskull. Before Izuku left he overhears the conversation between Riddle, Cater, and Trey. Riddle. HMPH. Now, let's get this party back on track. After all, we still need to have the croquet tournament. And now we're 15 minutes behind schedule. This is outrageous. Trey. Yes sir, housewarden Riddle. Hater. Are you really okay with this, Trey? Trey. What do you expect me to do about it? Izuku could tell Trey was trying his best to help calm Riddle down, but he also knows he can't disobey his commands. Izuku. Let's go find the others Eri. Eri follows Izuku as they look for their friends, hoping to convince Ace to apologize to Riddle. The ink blot drips once more, but this time another smaller one drips down as they come together to get bigger. Drop drip. A surprise tip. We return to the group as they left the Heartslabyul dorm. Izuku and Eri manage to find them as they left. Ace. RRRGH. I hate that little ginger megalomaniac. Does he think he's the Queen of Hearts? Deuce. Banished by the housewarden from my own dorm, my dream of becoming an honor student is slipping further and further away. Grim. Stupid collar. It's so tight. GRRR. Izuku. You know it was your fault Ace. Ace. My fault, what make you say that, I'm the victim here. Izuku. If you had listened to what Riddle said and didn't let your ego get in the way, maybe he would have been a lot more lenient with your punishment and you wouldn't have been kicked out. Ace. Yeah well. Izuku. I'm not done. Everyone was surprised at Izuku's outburst. Izuku. You brought this on yourself, so either you come up with a way to make amends with Riddle or I won't allow you back into my dorm. Deuce. Izuku, what's gotten into you? Izuku. You didn't see it, did you? Deuce. See what? Izuku. Riddle is suffering from emotional trauma, he was about to use the spell on me and Eri, but when he saw me protecting her, he didn't. Deuce. I am sorry. Ace. Well it doesn't matter, I'm not apologizing. Izuku, mind. Ugh, he won't listen. You're really racking up those collars. Quite the impressive collection. Deuce, Grim and Ace. Blah. Grim. Maya. A ghost head. Oh dear. It seems I'm not all here. In an instant, the head now has a body. The boy has short choppy purple hair with his bangs cut in a curve, as well as 3 bobby pins pinned to the bang on the left side of his face. He has a pair of purple cat ears with a piercing of a speech bubble containing the word up in his left ear, as well as 3 arrow piercings in his right ear. He has yellow eyes with slitted cat pupils. He wears a baggy white shirt over a striped purple t-shirt and blue pants with a purple belt that has the sentence, "Do you stand on your head?" printed on it. He has purple painted nails and wears a ring shaped like the Cheshire Cat smile on his right hand. He also has a long bushy tail that has purple stripes and a purple to white ombre coloring. Eri. You're a cat. The Cheshire Cat. Deuce. What? So you do have a body, then? Who are you? The name's Artemy Artemyevich Pinker. Am I a cat? Am I a person? A Mimsy Borgov, perhaps. A mome wrath with a knack for magic. Look, Art run the name by me again. Haha. People usually just call me Chenya. Let's just say I'm not from the other side of the looking glass. Izuku, mind. A Cheshire cat, like from Alice in Wonderland. But he can't be a student at Night Raven College. Izuku. What dorm are you from? Chenya. Why don't you try to guess? Brim. Oh, I know. He's got animal ears, so he's gotta be from a banana claw, was it? Chenya. BZZZZZT. Incorrect. Bananas grow on trees, do they not? I, on the other hand, am a cat. Deuce. And besides, other dorms have students with animal ears, too. Base. After the insanity that teapot tyrant put me through, I'm not in the mood for whatever this is. Just leave me alone. Chenya. Riddle the teapot tyrant haha. Well, I can't dismiss that perspective as wrong. He's always been quite strict. Deuce. Do you know something about him? Chenya. Perhaps there are things that I know, and perhaps there are things that I don't. Izuku, mind. Yup, definitely the same. Brim. That's not an answer. Chenya. Is there something you wish to know about Riddle? Ace. Yeah, what created such a control freak? Chenya. I believe his four-eyed friend may have the answer. Deuce. Four-eyed friend? You mean Trey? Chenya. He's known Riddle since we were all little boys. If you want to know more about Riddle, I would begin my quest there. Deuce. They're childhood friends. I didn't really get that impression. Izuku, mind. Just like me and Kaken. Chenya. If you're so perceptive, then what are you asking me for? Bye-bye. Chenya's body starts to vanish, leaving only his head. Deuce. Hey. Chenya. Ha 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 ha. The head then disappears until he has completely disappeared. Brim. I tell ya, no one makes any sense around here. Deuce. Well, we're not going to be able to do much in the way of schoolwork with these collars on. So let's go see what Trey has to say, and then. Ace. If you're gonna say apologize to Riddle, you can forget it. Izuku facepalms and groans at what Ace said. Izuku. Ugh. Punishment escalation. We now go to the Heartslabyul dorm lounge with Riddle. Riddle. The Queen of Hearts Rule 249. Flamingo caretakers are to don pink attire. It was supposed to be your turn to feed the flamingos today. Why aren't you wearing pink? Heartslabyul student, I'm sorry housewarden. My pink clothes were in the laundry please, sir, not the collar. Riddle. This is your second rule violation. I cannot forgive a repeated offense. Off with your head. Heartslabyul student. Gaia. Riddle. Write me a 5,000-word apology and weed the garden for 1 week, and I'll remove it. Heartslabyul student. Sob but. Riddle. Do you think I enjoy having to do this? You're the one who broke the rules. As much as I would like to, I cannot ignore these infractions. It's for your own sake. Understood? Trey. Cater. Remove him from the premises. Cater and Trey, yes housewarden. We now go to the library where Trey was returning a book. Trey. Deuce. Hello Trey. Trey. You 5. Deuce. We figured that if we waited at the library, you'd show up to return your tart cookbook eventually. Ace. We still got a problem with the way housewarden Riddle is handling all of this. Trey. Yeah, I thought you might say that. Ace. Come clean with us. What's your take on Riddle? Is it true you've been pandering to him since the two of you were kids? Trey. What? Who told you that? Deuce. A guy who called himself Chenya. Trey. Chenya huh. That explains it. Brim. What I don't get is, aren't you older than Riddle? Why haven't you told him off already? Trey. I do when I need to. I don't think the situation calls for it. Ace. Why not? Trey. These sorts of strict rules they're what created Riddle. Deuce. Huh. Izuku. What do you mean? Trey. His parents were famous magical healers. Everyone where we're from knew their names. His mom was especially talented and she really wanted Riddle to live up to her legacy. So, from the moment Riddle woke up to when his head hit the pillow at the end of the night, every aspect of his life was planned, down to the minute, by the education program she made for him. Brim. Sounds pretty lame. Trey. What he ate, what he wore, what soap he used, who his friends were, every last detail had been predetermined for him. And to please his parents, Riddle obediently completed every task they'd laid out for him. He mastered his signature spell by age 10. He's been the top student in all of his classes. I can't even imagine how hard he must have had it. Ace. Izuku. That sounds familiar. Trey. Huh. Izuku. What you told me sounds similar to two of my friends back home. I can see why you stay with him. Trey. Riddle sees the enforcement of strict rules as a service to his dorm members. In his eyes, being bound by rigid guidelines by fear is a fast track to personal growth. Because that's how it worked for him. And on the flip side, he sees the violation of those rules as an inexcusable offense. Ace. I guess that makes sense, since rules made him who he is. Trey. Look, I totally get why you see Riddle as a tyrant and why you disapprove of his methods. But for me I can't hold that against him, you know. Brim. Maya. Deuce. So that's why he's like that. Ace. Alright, now I get it. It's your fault Riddle's like this. Everyone, except Ace. What? Izuku? Are you kidding me? Now you're pinning the blame on Trey, what for? Ace. Riddle didn't get to choose his parents. But you know what his parents did to him and you know it was wrong, right? Trey. I mean, yeah. Ace. Well, now Riddle's making the exact same mistake that his parents did. You're going easy on him because he had it rough as a kid. Don't you see where that's leading? You're letting him make a pariah out of himself. Trey. Izuku. Okay, I was going to make a point that you're wrong Ace, but when you explained it, it kind of made sense to me. But did you have to be mean to Trey about it? Deuce. Ace, man, come on. Ace. So why don't you say something? Are you just afraid you'll lose your head too? That's pathetic. You guys are supposed to be childhood friends. Then act like it. Crowley. You there. Be quiet. You are in a library. Brim. You're yelling louder than any of us, though. Crowley. Oh. Ahem yes, my apologies. But let us strive to maintain the library as a quiet place for reading. Izuku, I'm sorry Heartbroken. Crowley. Well, at least you know better now. Eri. What are you doing here, Mr. Crowley? Crowley. I'm researching methods to send you back home. Precisely as I promised I would. Oh, but I am gracious. And the library is, of course, an ideal place for serious research. It's not as if I came here just to secure the newest book in that popular series of novels. No, certainly not. Izuku. It's okay sir, but if you're free, maybe I can discuss what my world is like with you to help make it easier. Crowley. Ah, that would be nice Izuku, ahem incidentally, what are you all discussing with such grim faces? Deuce. Well, since you asked. Berkey frustration. We return to the library where the group explains the situation to Crowley. Crowley. Ah, I believe I understand the situation. You are resistant to the idea of apologizing, but unable to devise any other method to get the housewarden to remove the collar. Ace. Yeah, pretty much. Crowley. I see. If you and the housewarden are truly unable to reconcile, you could always transfer. However, this is the dorm that the Dark Mirror chose for you based on the essence of your being. Any attempt to relocate would necessitate quite a burdensome process, as well as a new ritual. Ace. A transfer, how that'd make me feel like I was running away with my tail between my legs. Crowley. Then it sounds like you should challenge Mr. Rosehearts for leadership of the dorm. Everyone, except Trey and Crowley. Wide. Crowley. Lower your voices. This is a library. Ace. But what you said was insane. Crowley. There is nothing remotely insane about it. After all, that's how Mr. Rosehearts got the position. Deuce. What exactly is the process by which housewardens are selected at Night Raven College? Brim. Trey said that Riddle became housewarden within his first week as a student here. Crowley. There are several ways. You could be appointed by the previous housewarden, for example, or duel the current warden and win. A duel is certainly one of the simpler methods. Izuku. We did do something similar in the past back home, but now it mainly comes down to voting. Everyone. Voting. Izuku. Not only do the ones opposing each other get to choose who should be in charge, anyone involved can decide that too, and the majority vote is declared the winner. Crowley. That's an interesting method, I'll see if I can include it in the school. But for the moment let's get back to the discussion of the duel. Ace. But isn't fighting with magic against the rules? Crowley. In general, yes. A duel initiated through a formal procedure and conducted in the presence of the Heartbroken is another matter entirely. Trey. I'm pretty sure that duel rules don't allow for preemptively handicapping your opponent, so this could be a way to force Riddle to remove your collar without apologizing. That said. Crowley. The right to challenge a housewarden is bestowed upon all students when enrolling at Night Raven. So what do you say, Mr. Tripoli? Will you challenge Mr. Rosehearts? Ace. Sure, I'll give it a shot. Deuce. Then I will too. Grim. Me 3. Crowley. I'm afraid not, Mr. Grimm. You cannot challenge a housewarden of a dorm to which you do not belong. Izuku. He does make a valid point, I became housewarden because Crowley chose me for the role. Grim. Maya. Then home I suppose to get this buzzkill collar off. Ace. If I become housewarden, I'll just order Riddle to remove it. Easy peasy. Grim. How will everyone know how tough I am if you do that? Trey. Are you sure about this? I certainly didn't expect you to throw your hat in the ring, Deuce. Deuce. You didn't. I think every man's gotta make a grab for glory at least once in his lifetime. And if we're teaming up to take him down, you better believe I'm running the show. Izuku. Even though I know I can't participate, I'll try to support you, just so long as there aren't any more problems. Eri. I hope they win papa. Izuku. I hope so too. Ace. Oh man, here we go again. Deuce. Huh. What did you say? Crowley. Then I'll get started on the paperwork. Izuku. We need to come up with some sort of plan. Ace. For sure. Anyone got any good ideas? Deuce. Hard to imagine we can beat Riddle with straightforward magic. A solid left hook on the other hand. Brim. Yeah, that guy looks like a pushover. Izuku. Wait for it. Crowley. Ah, did I forget to mention that detail? These duels are to be fought solely with magic. Deuce. What? Izuku. There it is. Crowley. Ha ha ha. Nothing beats a good civilized duel. Now, the paperwork should be prepared and filed on the morrow and the duel scheduled accordingly. Ace. 8, let's do this. I may not be the world's greatest mage, but I'll figure something out. Deuce. That's the spirit. Brim. My head's on the line here, so don't mess this up. Trey. You guys. Izuku. Sigh. Ace. When I'm housewarden, I'm gonna make Riddle fess up to being wrong. I'll make him apologize, too. And no one in the dorm is gonna have to live by any crazy rules ever again. Izuku, mind. I can already see something is about to happen to make it worse. Ofa predecessors. Agreed. Badulil advised. Later that night Izuku woke again, he wanted to tell his friends and family about what is going to happen, but when he approached the mirror what happened the previous nights happens again. Izuku, mind. If only someone had stopped her before it came to this. Izuku went downstairs and took out his phone. Izuku. Hey guys. Izawa. Problem child. Where have you been, we haven't heard from you in 2 days. Izuku. Sorry, I've been having some trouble with one of the other dorms, but I'm free now. Ijiro. What kind of trouble? Izuku proceeds to tell them everything that happened in the last 2 days. This made Inko very worried. Inko. Are you and Eri okay? Izuku. We're fine mom, I can't say the same for Ace and Deuce though. Bakugo. If I were there, I'd blast that damn housewarden to the moon. Izuku. Thanks for the encouragement Kaken. Nezu. If what you told us about him is true, then it's possible that he'll need your help to work through his problems. Izuku. I'll do my best, and I promise I'll try to talk to you more often. Inko. I'm glad you're safe, honey. Just keep doing what you think is right. Izuku. I will sir, bye guys. They all say their goodbyes, and Izuku puts his phone away. He goes back to bed and falls asleep. The next morning Izuku woke up with Grim shaking him awake. Grim, hey Izuku. Ah, good, you're already up. Ace. Today's the big duel. Let's do this thing. 3 drops of ink fall down fusing with a bigger blot from before. Drip drip drop. They get dressed and went to the Heartslabyul dorm. They arrive at the Rose Maze where a large crowd of Heartslabyul students gather. Heartslabyul student A. Did you hear? They say someone's challenged housewarden Rosehearts to a duel. Heartslabyul student B. Riddle Rosehearts. Seriously? Whoever it is has gotta be out of his mind. Riddle will have his head off in 5 seconds flat. Heartslabyul student C. Still, it's the first challenge since Rosehearts took power. I'm pumped. Hater. You're saying Ace and Deuce are challenging Riddle for the housewarden seat. Please tell me you're kidding. Trey. I tried to stop him. Izuku. Join the club, I couldn't even convince them to do otherwise. Eri. I hope they won't get hurt. Izuku. I'm sure they won't. Though now that I think about it, I can at least send live video to my friends back home. Izuku took out his phone and turned on the live stream. Meanwhile back in the MHA world. Ijiro. Hey guys, Midabro is live streaming. Mina. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Ida. I'll get the teachers and Mrs. Midoriya. Denki. This is going to be awesome. Once Ida returns with the faculty and Inko they all get seats and get ready for what is about to happen. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Izuku puts his phone on a tripod that is sits down next to Eri. Hater. Of all the stupid ideas I just hope this doesn't make everything worse. Izuku and Trey. You and me both. Crowley walks up and starts announcing the duel. Back in the MHA world. Nezu. So that's the Heatmage, nice choice of clothing. Ectoplasm. There sure are a lot of students in that dorm. 13. SHH, he's about to start. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Crowley. We are about to commence 2 challenges for the housewarden position at Heartslabyul House. The first challenger is Ace Tripola. The second challenger is disobedient. The current housewarden they have challenged is Riddle Rosehearts. Now, in accordance with the duel rules, please remove the magic ceiling collars as they would provide an unfair disadvantage. Riddle does as instructed and removes the collars. Ace. Ah. Finally, the dumb collar is off. Riddle. Enjoy your moment of freedom. The collar will be back on soon enough. I could hardly believe it when I heard you two intended to duel me. Is this a joke? Ace. Do I look like I'm joking? Deuce. I'd never propose a duel as a joke. Riddle. HMPH. Have it your way. Let us get this over with. Hater. Riddle, what do you want to do about today's afternoon tea? Riddle. A foolish question. You know that the rules stipulate I take my tea every day at 4 p.m. sharp. Hater. It's just that it's already past 3:30. Riddle. And you fear that I will be late. All the more reason to end this promptly. It appears I have little time to waste. Rather than facing my opponents in succession, I will take on both at once. Heartslabyul students. You can do it, housewarden. Knock 'em dead, sir. Back in the MHA world. Ichako. Wow, Riddle seems to be getting a lot of support from the rest of the students. Shoto. It's not because they want him to win. Class 2A. Huh. Shoto. It's because they're afraid of getting punished if they don't side with him. Bakugo. So they're scared of losing their magic, what's so bad about that? Thinko. Think about it, Ace and Deuce told Midoriya that losing one's magic is like removing a part of them. They've had magic for most of their life, so the experience they had with doing normal things is also limited, since it's possible that they use magic as a part of their daily lives. Izawa. He's right, the same can be said for you. If the law didn't prevent you from using your quirks without a license, you'd have used your quirks for everything in your lives, and if you lost it, you'd lack the experience to do those things without a quirk. The class understood what he meant. Twice. Hopefully things will turn out alright. Toya. I hope so too. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Trey. Deuce. Cowards. Grim. Maya. I got a bad feeling about this. Izuku. You're not the only one, Grim. Ace. Hey, at least we got a plan. Riddle. Heatmage, please give us the signal. Crowley. When the mirror I've thrown shatters upon the ground, that is your signal to begin. Ready, go. The match begins and Izuku could tell that Riddle wasn't planning on holding back. Soundly chastised. Just as Ace is about to cast another spell, Riddle points his pen and casts his signature spell, ending the match. Riddle. Off with your heads. Deuce and Ace. Blah. Ace. Not again. I didn't even have time to finish my spell. Deuce. He shut us down like it was nothing. Izuku. That was fast. Crowley. Visualization is key to spell casting. The better you are at accurately visualizing your magic's effects, the stronger and more precise it will be. It would appear Mr. Rosehearts has finally honed his magic. Grim. Maya, they didn't stand a chance. Riddle. HMPH. You didn't even last 5 seconds. That was all you had, and still you thought to challenge me? You must be utterly humiliated. I guess my mother was right. A man who cannot follow rules is a man who cannot achieve anything. Back in the MHA world. Ida. Even my mother wouldn't say anything like that. Damn. It looks like what Trey said about Riddle's mother was right. Inko. The poor boy. Himiko. This doesn't look good for Izuku's friends. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Deuce. TCH, we agree that rules should be followed. But forcing others to follow nonsensical rules like the ones you've enacted is tyranny. Riddle. Then you agree that breaking rules is wrong. And in this dorm, I am the rules. Therefore, those who cannot abide by my decisions deserve not the heads they use to complain. Eri. But that's not right. Izuku. You can't just use rules to do whatever you please. Back in the MHA world. Momo. Midoriya is right. Ida. I may also be strict about rules, but I would never use them as a means to control my classmates the way he is. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Riddle. If there were no penalties, no one would follow the rules. I have to wonder what sort of pitiful education left you unable to comprehend so simple a concept. I overheard your conversation with Trey and Cater, and from what I heard, it is clear that you lack the basic education necessary to attend a school such as this. It's quite sad. Deuce. You little. Ace. You shut your spoiled little mouth. Ace then delivers a powerful punch to Riddle's face. Riddle. WH what? Hater and Trey. Riddle. Crowley. Mr. Rosehearts. Heartslabyul students. Whoa. He just punched the housewarden. Grim. Bam. Right cross to the face. Back in the MHA world. Bakugo. Yes, hahaha, take that. The rest of the class were surprised that Ace could even deliver such a powerful punch, with some being surprised at his outburst. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Deuce. Ace. Ace. That's all I can take. Forget Riddle. Forget the duel. I'm done. Riddle. That hurt. UP punched me. Ace. Kids aren't trophies for their parents to flaunt. And the accomplishments of a child aren't determined by the worth of their parents. It's not your parents' fault you became a tyrant or anyone else's. You've been here a year and haven't even made a friend who will tell you you're out of line. And that's on you. Riddle. What are you even talking about? Ace. Yeah, maybe you had some rigid upbringing from a relentless helicopter mom. Is that all you are? An extension of her? Can't you think for yourself? You call yourself the Red Sovereign. You're just a baby who's good at magic. Izuku, mind. I don't think this is going to end well. Brittle. Baby, did you just call me a baby? You don't know anything about me. You don't know anything about anything. Ace. Nope, sure don't. And I don't need to. Your attitude tells me all I need to know, that you're nothing but a spoiled brat. Brittle. Shut up, shut up, shut up. My mother was right. And that means I'm right too. Trey. Riddle, calm down. The duel is already over. Crowley. Mr. Clover is correct. The challenger has been disqualified due to physical violence. If you do not cease your conflict now, I'll have you written up for breaking school rules. Heartslabyul student. Ace is right, though. I've had enough of Riddle. The student then throws something at Riddle. It was an egg. Brittle. Huh. Trey. An egg. Brittle. Who did that? Who threw that egg? Heartslabyul student. Brittle. Ha 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 ha. You say you're fed up. I'm the one who's fed up with all of you. No matter how strict I am, no matter how many heads I remove, you keep breaking the rules. All any of you care about is doing what you want to do. If the guilty party won't come forward, then I'll pass judgment on all of you. Clearly, none of you value your heads. Off with your heads. Izuku. Oh no. Izuku quickly gets Eri out of the range of Riddle's spell, and they watch as he goes on a rampage. Heartslabyul students. Blah. Let's get out of here. Erg. Brittle. Ah ha ha ha. How do you like that, Now no one can do a thing to me. Do you see now? My strict adherence to the rules was clearly the correct path. Back in the MHA world. Ichako. This doesn't look good. Denko. He's completely lost it. Izawa. This is very bad. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Crowley. Cease this improper behavior now, Mr. Rosehearts. I expect better from you. But he didn't listen, he kept using his signature spell on as many students in his sight. Hater. Trey, if he keeps using his spell, this could get ugly, fast. Trey. Riddle, stop this. Ace. Wow, way to totally prove me wrong here, pal. I call you a baby, and you immediately throw a temper tantrum. Izuku brings Eri over to Crowley and faces Ace. Izuku. You're not helping Ace. Brittle. Retract your comment immediately, or I shall skewer you where you stand. Ace. No way. I ain't retracting squat. Brittle. Gierg. Hater. Dude, this is bad. You've G2G now. The dark aura envelops the area as the rose trees start to float off the ground. Back in the MHA world. Bam. Okay, this is really bad. Inko. I hope Izuku and Eri will be okay. Ioka. If something like this happens, we might need to intervene. Izawa. We can't lose hope in Midoriya. Ichako. Sensei is right, we need to trust in Midoriya's capabilities. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Brim. The rose trees. They're floating. Goose. This is some serious magic. Brittle. Mighty roses, tear this brute to pieces. Crowley. Cease and desist at once. Izuku. It's already too late. The trees wrap around them and begin to strangle them. Ace. Gasp. Magic unchecked. Just as the trees were close to completely end the group, something happened. Brittle. NNGH. What just? Ace. Huh. I'm still alive. What's with all these playing cards? Deuce. All the rose trees turned into cards. Trey. Riddle, stop this right now. Hater. Wait, is that Trey's paint the roses? But how? The group that had collars felt that the collars were gone. Brim. All the magic seal and collars are gone. Trey. What did I tell you? My magic can overwrite characteristics for a short time. So I used it to make Riddle's magic into my magic. Hater. You can do that. That's some kinda loophole. Izuku. Thanks Trey. Back in the MHA world. Mr. Compress. Whoa, now that's a good signature spell. Everyone. Agreed. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Brittle. And no, off with their heads. I said, off with their heads. Trey. Riddle, stop. Can't you see how you look right now? Heartslabyul student A. He was really gonna do it. Heartslabyul student B. He is completely out of control. Heartslabyul student C. He's like some kinda monster. Brittle. What? Was my magic overwritten by yours? Does that mean your signature spell is stronger than mine? Trey. Of course, it doesn't. Riddle, take a deep breath and listen to us. Brittle. Are you going to tell me that I'm wrong too? After all I've done to protect the rule of law. Do you know how much I've suffered for this? I refuse to believe this. Crowley. Cease immediately, Mr. Rosehearts. Any further attempt to use magic will leave your magestone completely tainted with blood. Brittle. But I'm right. I'm the one who's right. There is no possible alternative. Trey. Riddle, stop. An unhinged perfect. We returned to the group just as Riddle was losing control of himself. Crowley. Cease immediately, Mr. Rosehearts. Any further attempt to use magic will leave your magestone completely tainted with blood. Riddle. But I'm right. I'm the one who's right. There is no possible alternative. Trey. Riddle, stop. Now there were several drops of ink which merged with a larger blot completely covering the screen. Drip drop drip drip drop. Once it was done, the screen shows Riddle's pen as drops of ink drip down, causing the red magestone to slowly darken with the screen getting covered in ink. The ink then falls off the screen, revealing the magestone has become completely black. Riddle's appearance completely changed. He now wore torn black and red clothes with a half black and half red heart on his chest. There were white roses with the upper half being black around his waist. He also had a black and red torn cloak with black cards that had red hearts and diamonds, and white spades and clovers. Finally, there was a black ink-like substance that took the form of high-heeled boot. This ink also covered his arms, as well as made markings all over his body, with it also forming a collar and crown. Lastly, the ink that formed over his right eye took the form of a mask. Izuku. Did his whole body just change? Back in the MHA world. Everyone looked at Riddle's new appearance with a mixture of fear and concern. Ida. What is this? Thinko. It's almost like back during the final battle we had. But this power is on another level. Thinko. My baby. Izawa. It's okay, Mrs. Midoriya, he can handle himself. For now all we can do is watch. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Riddle. Ha 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 ha. You are fools to defy me. You are not welcome in my world. In my world, I am the law. I am order made manifest. The only response I will accept from you is yes, housewarden Riddle. All who defy me will lose their heads. Ah ha 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 ha. Riddle spoke in a distorted voice which Izuku almost recognized as the voice of the monster they encountered in dwarf mines. Crowley. Dear me, what have I done? I've allowed a student to overblot in my presence. Grim. Overblot. What does that mean? Izuku. Mind. So that's what this form is called. Crowley. Overblot is a dangerous condition that mages must avoid at all costs. At the moment, he is overcome by negative energy and has lost control of his magic and emotions. Back in the MHA world. Mr. Compress. I like the name of this form, but I'm worried about what it can do. Nezu. Let's just hope Midoriya can handle it. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Grim. Okay, sure, but what does that mean? Goose. Please explain. Hater. To put it in layman's terms, he's in evil berserker mode. Trey. If he keeps releasing magical energy, we could be looking at a loss of life here has included. Grim. What? Back in the MHA world. Bam. So it's not just dangerous for those around him, it's also dangerous for him. Ichako. Hopefully Deku will be able to get through this. Izawa. Let's hope so. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Crowley. The well-being of my students is my top priority. Therefore, I must evacuate them immediately. As for Mr. Rosehearts, we must restore his consciousness before his magical energy runs dry. For as bad as losing him would be, there are scenarios that are far worse. Listen well. I need all of you to seek help from the other housewardens and members of the faculty. Ace. Hiya. Take that. Ace casts a spell against Riddle, surprising everyone. Hater, Crowley and Trey. Huh. Goose. I summon the cauldron. The cauldron falls on Riddle. Grim. Maya. Grim shoots fire. But it only did minimum damage. Riddle. What do you fools think you're doing? Hater. Hello. 911. We've got an idiot emergency. Grim. You did hear that part about how real bad things are happening with him, right? Goose. That's why we need to stop him now. I don't want that on my conscience. Ace. And I'm not giving up till I hear him say I was wrong and I'm sorry. Izuku. Alright, I'll help too. Eri, stay safe while I deal with this. Eri. Okay, Papa. Eri hides behind some of the rose bushes as Izuku turns to face Riddle. Back in the MHA world. Bakugo. Oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. RGE. That boy better not get himself hurt again. GT. I'm sure he won't. Chio. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Trey. Sigh. Alright, let's do this. I can override his magic for a little longer. In the meantime, do what you can. Heatmage, please evacuate the other students. Crowley. Wait. This is dangerous. Hater. Are you SRS, Trey? You can't beat Riddle. Ace. So what, you're not even gonna fight unless you know you can win. Grim. Yeah, he's right. That's weak. Goose. This is the only way we can think of to snap him out of this. Trey. Yeah, I don't want to lose him. There are too many things I've left unsaid. Izuku. We just have to do this, whatever it takes. Hater. Ugh, I do not like or subscribe to this, but fine. Crowley. NGH, I'll be back as soon as I've gotten the students to safety. Stand firm until then. Riddle. Such defiance from every last one of you. I shall take all of your heads. Trey. Riddle's body can't take much more of this. We need to stop him before it's too late. Izuku. Let's do this. A figure appears behind Riddle. It has a similar appearance to the Queen of Hearts, with the head being replaced by a cracked vial of ink with a crown and holding a rose bush in its left hand. The fight then commences, with Trey using his magic to prevent Riddle from using his own. Once the fight is over, the entity vanishes and Riddle falls to the ground. Izuku quickly rushes to Riddle and helps him to the ground. Once he was on the ground, Izuku collapsed from exhaustion. The next moment Izuku opened his eyes to find himself in an unfamiliar place and he saw Riddle next to him. A sad little child. We return to when Izuku finds himself with Riddle in an unfamiliar place. Riddle's mother. Happy 8th birthday, Riddle. This year's birthday cake is a low-sugar recipe made with nuts and lecithin-rich soy flour to improve your cerebral function. Young Riddle. Thank you. But, Mom, just once, I'd like to try one of those tarts covered with bright red strawberries. Riddle's mother. Absolutely not. Those tarts are monstrously unhealthy. I might as well feed you poison. Even just a single slice would exceed your recommended daily intake of sugar. Now, dinner tonight will be a tuna sauté rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Now that you're 8, your caloric intake should be 600 kilocalories per meal, so don't eat more than 100 grams of it. Understood? Young Riddle. Yes, Mom. Riddle. I'd always wanted to try one of those tarts with the bright red strawberries. The local cake shop had them in the window. They shined at me like forbidden jewels. Riddle's mother. That's enough classical magic study for today. Your homework is to read the first 50 pages of the Philosophy of Language book referenced in today's magical philosophy texts. You may now have 1 hour of independent study before your potionology lesson. Young Riddle. Thank you, Mother. Riddle's mother. I need some time to prepare the lesson materials. I will see you in 1 hour, okay? Riddle. I was studying every possible subject, scheduled down to the minute. When I didn't understand something, the lesson was extended until I did. That was my normal. Young Riddle. Is someone knocking on the window? Young Trey. Whoa, he heard us. Young Chenya. Hey, come play with us. Young Riddle. Who are you? Young Chenya. I'm Chenya, and that's Trey. Let's all play croquet. Oh, but it's lots of fun. Young Trey. I can't. I'm supposed to be doing independent study and I have a lot of homework to do. Young Riddle. Independent study means you pick what to do, right? My grandpa says play is a form of study. Young Trey. Just play with us for a little bit. Young Riddle. Oh, okay, just a little, though. Young Trey. Hey, what's your name? Young Riddle. R. Riddle. Riddle Rosehearts. Riddle. I had the best time playing with Trey and Chenya. We did so many things I'd never done before. They taught me lots of things I didn't know. After that, I snuck out of my room every day to play with them during independent study time. Young Chenya. What? You've never even tried a strawberry tart? They're out of this world. Young Riddle. Yeah. My mom says sugar is basically poison. Young Trey. I mean, you probably shouldn't eat too much of it, but calling it poison is kin to yikes. You know, my family runs a cake shop. Let's go get a tart right now. Young Riddle. Really? But I shouldn't. Young Trey. Just one slice. It'll be fine. Young Chenya. One slice for you, maybe. I want a whole one. Riddle. A bright red strawberry tart on a white plate. To me, it shined more brightly than any gem could. That first bite was so sweet. It tasted like nothing I'd ever eaten before. With each bite, I became more entranced and completely lost track of the time. Riddle's mother. I cannot believe this. Not only are you cutting independent study time, but I find you eating a mountain of sugar. Those two hoodlums must have incited this behavior. You must never play with them again. Young Riddle. I'm sorry, Mother. I promise it will never happen again. Riddle's mother. Be quiet. You've broken the rules and I'll not hear another word from you. Clearly, you're not able to handle the freedom of independent study. I need to keep a closer eye on you. Riddle. Because I broke the rules, my favorite part of my day was taken away from me. I vowed to never break my mother's rules again. After all, she was the most accomplished mother in the city and therefore the most correct. But Mom, why? Why does my heart hurt so much? I want to eat a tart. It's my birthday, so can't I have some just this once? I want to play outside all day long. I want to make lots and lots of friends. Tell me, Mom, please, what rule do I need to follow to make this pain go away? Izuku looked at Riddle with sadness in his eyes. He wanted to help his fellow housewarden and guide him down the right path, then Izuku realized that this was a shared mindscape. He concentrated really hard and then the memory changed, this time revealing a place that was completely unfamiliar to Riddle, but very familiar to Izuku. Riddle. What is this place? I don't remember this. Izuku. Because this is my memory. The memory showed Izuku and his mother Inko. Izuku. See, unlike the majority of the population in my world, I didn't have a quirk. My mother deeply cared for me, even when my father was working abroad, she did her best to help take care of me. Izuku. But the stress of the long shifts she had to work, as well as constantly worrying about my safety, had caused her a lot of problems. She started stress eating, which became bad for her health. But despite everything, she still loved me and tried to take care of me. Izuku. Riddle, not everyone comes from a family like yours. Everyone's family is unique in their own way. But following the rules doesn't always bring order and good. Here, let me show you something. Izuku then imagines an image of his friend and class representative, Tenyuida. Izuku. This is one of my friends from back home, Tenyuida. He comes from a family of heroes. His older brother Tensei was his idol, an inspiration for being a hero. He wanted to someday become a hero alongside his brother. But then it all came crashing down. Another memory popped up, this time about a news report from Hosu. And then it shifted to a hospital with a man in critical condition on a bed. Izuku. Iida's brother was attacked, the incident completely crippled him from the waist down, he could no longer walk, and Iida was furious. Izuku. Iida was driven by a desire to get revenge for his brother's condition. During our internships, he interned with a hero that patrols in Hosu, since that was where Ingenium's attacker was. Riddle started to understand why Izuku was showing this to him. Being so strict about the rules not only caused Iida to forcefully maintain order, but it also caused him to become blindsided about his duties. The vision then fades, and they find themselves in Ofa's vestige world, with the predecessors looking over them. Izuku. There isn't anything wrong with making sure everyone follows the rules, but they aren't you. If you punish people for even breaking at least one rule, then you'll end up turning them away from you. Riddle. I sniff, I understand. Izuku and Riddle hug one another as they slowly return to the real world. Riddle. Thank you, Izuku. They return to the real world where they find themselves being woken up by their friends. Trey. Riddle. Feeling reconciled. We return to when Izuku and Riddle wake up. Trey. Riddle. They wake up to find the rose maze in ruin, with spilled paint buckets, rose bushes ripped from the ground with roses and leaves littering the ground. Riddle. Gah. Back in the MHA world. Ichako. Oh, thank goodness they're alright. I knew you could do it, young Midoriya. Inko. I'm so proud of you, Izuku. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Ace. He's back. Hater. Well, it's about time, we were just about losing our heads here, figure of speech, sorry cause we thought you might never wake up. Riddle. Gasp gasp, what in the world happened? Eri. Papa, I'm so happy you're okay. Izuku. I'm glad you're safe too. Crowley. Ah, Mr. Rosehearts appears to have regained consciousness. Excellent. Trey. Don't worry, Riddle. Just try to rest. Ace. Yo, that's just the sort of coddling that led to him going nuts in the first place. Now the garden is tore up from the floor up, not to mention that we could have died. Deuce. He's right. It was looking bad for a while there. Grim. For crying out loud. When you humans let that stress build up, the results sure ain't pretty. Riddle. The truth is, I really wanted to eat the chestnut tart. Ace. Huh. Riddle. And I don't care if the roses are white or the flamingos are pink. And I prefer honey to sugar cubes in my tea, and I like milk tea better than lemon tea anyhow. And after a meal, I want to be the one sitting around talking with everyone. Trey. Riddle. Riddle. And I really wanted to play with you and Chenya more, Trey. Sniff sniff, why Izuku and Eri go over and comfort him. Back in the MHA world. They saw Riddle's memories thanks to the ghost camera which showed everything to them, and Eri. Inko. I'm happy my boy is helping him. Inko. Just like how he helped us. The former villains nod their heads and smile. Back to Twisted Wonderland. Hater. Riddle Rosehearts, in tears #wow. Ace. You think a few crocodile tears is all it'll take for me to forgive you? Izuku. Ace. Ace. What? Deuce. Give the guy a break, Ace. Trey, I'm sorry, Riddle. I knew you were suffering, and all I did was pretend not to notice. Riddle. Sob. Trey. So I'm gonna say what I should have said earlier. Your way of doing things was wrong, and you owe everyone an apology. Riddle. Sniff sniff, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Ace. I know I've been saying I wanted an apology from Riddle, but now that I got one, you know what? One stupid I'm sorry doesn't even come close to making up for what he did. Hater. Dude. Way to be a capital J jerk. Ace. And proud of it. Have you forgotten how he made a total fool out of me? Have you forgotten how he just threw away that chestnut tart we worked so hard on? That ain't something you can make go away with a few tears and a flimsy I'm sorry. Grim. Wow. I ain't never met anyone who was better at holding grudges than I am. Riddle. Then what do you want me to do? Ace. You know I don't got a birthday coming up anytime soon. Deuce. Huh. What are you talking about? Ace. So I demand a do-over for the unbirthday party. Except this time, we ain't gotta do squat. This time, you're the one who brings the tart. And no getting Trey to make it for you. Do that, and then things are square between us. Izuku. Just admit you want a tart. Ace. Quiet from the peanut gallery. What do you say, Riddle? We clear? Riddle. Yes, we're clear. Crowley. Ah, yes. Compromise is a beautiful thing. I believe that concludes this matter. Izuku. Well, let's get started. Everyone. Agreed. Back in the MHA world. I can't condone young Tripola's behavior, but I can tell that he does want to make amends. Mina. Well, I am curious about what an unbirthday is like. Enki. Maybe we can throw one at some point, for celebratory reasons of course. Nezu. That would help with student morale, so I'll allow it. 5-second rule. We return to the group in the Rose Maze. Hater. Welp, looks like we got some cleaning up to do. All that work making the garden magicum worthy, and now it's a total tire fire. Lom. Trey. I'll help out. Hater. No, why don't you get Riddle to the nurse's office? That was a full-blown case of overblood. We need to make absolutely sure he's okay. Crowley. Mr. Diamond is correct. I will go along with you. Trey. Understood. Thank you, sir. Eri. Can I come too? I want to help. Crowley. Okay, Eri. Eri. See you later, Papa. Izuku. See you later, Eri. Grim. Man, am I starved after using so much magic. Hey, check it out. That's another black magestone, just like the one we found at the dwarf's mine. Deuce. You're right. Wonder where it came from. Izuku. It must have appeared after we freed Riddle from his overblood. Ace. Just don't put it in your mouth this time. Grim. No way. After how great that last one tasted, I can't get that thing in my mouth fast enough. Grim eats it. Ace. On there it goes. Hater. Oh, Grimmy, have some self-respect, honey. That was literally trash. Grim. Ah. Rich and sweet, but with a complex hint of bitterness in the aftertaste. Equally delicious, but with quite a different mouthfeel from that last one I ate. Izuku. Let's hope that doesn't make you sick. Ace. As a monster, maybe his stomach works differently than ours. Deuce. Even still, eating trash can't be good for anyone. Grim. Ooh. I just tried the grass, and the flavor was surprisingly pleasant. Crisp, even. Deuce. That's our lawn. Don't eat that. Hater. AFK while I go throw up, but seriously, guys. Thanks. Ace. Did you just say something? Hater. Nope. Not a thing. Izuku. Well, we'd better get cleaning. Meanwhile in the infirmary. Crowley. Okay, Mr. Roseheart, get some rest. Riddle. I'll try, but I'm in a bit of pain. Eri. Here, let me help. Eri comes over to Riddle and begins to use her quirk. The light fades and Eri loses her balance. Crowley quickly catches her. Crowley. Are you okay, Eri? Eri. I'm okay. How are you, Mr. Riddle? Riddle. I feel pretty great. Izuku said that you can rewind living things, but I didn't think it would work so well. Eri. I'm happy to hear. Riddle hugs Eri. Riddle. Thank you for helping me. Eri. I just wanted to help. Finale for Heartslabyul. One day after the incident, everything was back to normal. We now go to the tea garden where everyone was celebrating an unbirthday. Heartslabyul student A. All hail our leader, the Red Sovereign himself, Housewarden Riddle. Heartslabyul students. We salute you, Housewarden Riddle. Riddle. The garden roses are red, the tablecloths are white, this seems a proper unbirthday indeed. Is there a dormouse asleep in the teepot? Well, I suppose it's fine either way. Trey. Not everything has to change completely, you know. Like, maybe spread the jam on your scones instead of on the dormouse this time. Let's try to set the bar at it's great if it's this way, not it absolutely has to be this way. Riddle. Yes, that makes sense. Izuku and Eri looked back at the garden and smile, knowing Riddle has become a better person. They continue to work on painting the roses with Grim, Ace, Deuce, and Cater. Ace. Sigh, I can't believe we got roped into cleaning up and prepping the garden again. Izuku. Well, it was mainly your fault for instigating it. Ace. Okay, whose side are you on? Izuku. No one's, I'm on my own side, I help everyone, and I could tell that he was suffering. You didn't have to make it worse, you know. Ace looked down as he saw Izuku was upset about what happened and how it almost put Eri in danger. Ace. Okay, Sai, I'm sorry, I'll try to learn a bit more about the person before I become too accusatory. Deuce. Well, at least the housewarden recovered from his overblot without any complications. Hater. And the garden is magicum worthy once again. Hashtag Nofilter on this gorgeousness. Grim. Blah blah blah. Let's just eat already. Hater. Then eat we shall. I'll get the. Riddle. Wait a minute. Hater. Huh. Brittle. There's a white rose. Ace. We missed one. Hater. Ace, Deuce, I told you to make sure to paint every rose. Deuce. Wait, this is our fault. Trey. Our Riddle, listen. Brittle looked to Izuku who gave him a gentle smile. Brittle. Well, I suppose I can overlook one or two missed roses. Hater. Ah, really? That's so generous of you, Riddle. Brittle. If we work together, we should be able to get them painted in no time. Ace. What? They still gotta be painted. Trey. Even so, I'm impressed. You've changed, Riddle. Brim. I'm starving here. Let's just get these stupid roses painted or whatever. Brittle. Alright, is everyone ready? Ace. So what happened to that tart, housewarden? Brittle. I made it for you, as I promised I would. Here. One strawberry tart crafted by yours truly. Trey. Nice. The shape's a little off, but I can tell you put a lot of work into that glaze. A fine job indeed, especially considering it was your first. Ace. Oh, please. How about we actually try it before you start fronting all over him, Trey? Hater. Hold it. Don't you start cutting that before I get my magicum snap. Okay, got it. Ace. TCH. I see Cater hasn't changed a bit either. Alright, let's dig in. Munch. Brim. Gulp. Deuce. Trey and Cater. This is Kinda. Everyone. Salty. Brittle. What? Ace. Air. This isn't Kinda salty, it's a full-on salt lick. What did you put in this? Brittle. But I followed the rules exactly and measured everything precisely. Unless could it be from the oyster sauce? Deuce. Sputter, wait, did you actually use that Walrus brand oyster sauce Trey jokes about? Brittle. But Trey said that oyster sauce is an unlisted secret ingredient in all tarts. He said all the finest bakers use it. Ace. And you actually believed him. How could you not tell that he was joking? Izuku. You fell for it too, Ace. But other than that, it's an interesting flavor profile. Back home we have fish-based delicacies. I could make you some if I have the time. Brim. My. Really, that would be nice. Hater. Even if you believed the joke, it was only supposed to be a splash. How much did you put in? Brittle. It's an unlisted ingredient. How could I measure it if he wouldn't tell me how much to put in? Trey. PFFT, ah ha 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 ha. I can't believe someone actually fell for the all oyster sauce prank. Brittle. Ha ha ha, yes. Quite humorous indeed. I truly am a fool. Izuku and Eri giggled a little. Deuce. Ha ha. It really is so disgusting that it's actually kind of funny. Ace. Yeah, what else can we do but laugh? Brim. You know, in its own weird way, I think it's actually kinda good. Hater. Right. It really isn't half as bad as you think. Deuce. Seriously. You're agreeing with Grim, Cater. He literally eats garbage off the ground. Hater. Look, I'm not saying it's amazing or anything. Trey. But you like it because it's not sweet, right? Hater. Huh. Trey. You've never really liked sweet things, right? Eri. But didn't he want to try our tart? Hater. Yeah, you got me. But how did you figure it out? I've never told anyone that. Trey. Because you casually bring up my paint the roses spell every time we're eating sweets. You hide it pretty well, but that was a giveaway. Hater. Ack. My secret is out. This is so embarrassing. Especially after what happened to you and Riddle. I should have learned by now that keeping your feelings on the DL is not a great idea. Trey. How about I cook up a quiche for the next unbirthday party? Hater. That sounds totes amazing to me. Just make sure it's as photogenic as the tarts. Jenya. Millimeters MMM. Your baked goods are always so delightful, Trey. Munch munch. Brittle. Jenya. What are you doing here? Jenya. I came to celebrate my unbirthday with all of you. A very merry unbirthday to you, Riddle. Riddle. The unbirthday party is a Heartslabyul house tradition. It does not pertain to you. Jenya. And those three. What about them? Brim. Hey. You're that weird semi-invisible cat guy from before. So you never told us what dorm are you from? Trey. Jenya isn't even a Night Raven student. He's a student at our long-time rival school, the Royal Sword Academy. Deuce. What? You go to a different school? Ace. The frickin' Royal Sword Academy, no less. Izuku. So there are other magic academies. Heartslabyul student A. Did that guy just say the Royal Sword Academy? Heartslabyul student B. He's one of those pompous jerk faces. Heartslabyul student E. What? Who's from Royal Sword? We gotta run him outta here. Jenya. Well, now that I've tasted some tart, perhaps I should see myself out. Heartslabyul student A. He's running for it. Heartslabyul student B. After him. Don't let him get away. Brim. Whoa, everyone turned bloodthirsty real quick. Brittle. The vast majority of Night Raven College students perceive the Royal Sword Academy as the enemy. Trey. No surprise, given that they've kicked our butts every year for 100 years straight. Hater. Hey, stop harshing the vibe. This is supposed to be a day of celebration. Can't we all just enjoy our own birthdays? Brim. Maya. Merry on birthday or whatever. I'm gonna eat till my stomach explodes. Ace. Hey Izuku, does your school have a rival school as well? Izuku. Well, yes, but in my case my school was always the better one in comparison. But the schools don't actually hate each other. There are some students that do have a bit of a grudge against one another, but we do get along sometimes. Like during our provisional licensing exam. Deuce. Wait, you need a license to use your quirk? Izuku. Only in public, and it only applies if a pro hero can vouch for them, but anyway, despite the rivalry we have, there are times when the schools put their differences aside to help educate the students. Trey. Well, that's good to hear. They head over to the party to celebrate the unbirthday. Meanwhile in another dorm. Ruggy. Oh, sounds like those Heartslabyul twits are having some kind of feast today. Must be nice. How come Savannah doesn't have any traditions that involve eating lots of free food? Leona. Bah, it's a beautifully sunny day and they're stuffing their faces with cookies and cake. Grossing me out over here. Anyway, Ruggy. You know that's not what I'm here to ask you about. Ruggy. Ah, that. Just leave it to me, boss. All the preparations are proceeding smoothly. Leona. Then those fools won't be happily guzzling tea for much longer. That goes double for that snob Malleus. They got no idea what's coming, haha. Ah ha 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 ha. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown and left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.